EOD willing, EOD killing, T spilling.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? I'm a little bummed. I'm mad I didn't get cut out that clip last week. I wanted to clip that shit out about what Kristen does with her dolls. That shit had me in stitches.
Oh, we gotta clip that up.
Yeah, we gotta clip that up. That shit had me in stitches. Oh shit, that was a great episode last week. Make sure you guys go check last week's episode. But brand new episode, we are here this week.
Yes,
EOD podcast in the building. Hey.
Yes, sir. ABCD. Cheers.
Cheers.
Eyes. Always eyes.
Always eyes.
What's good? Ooh. Welcome back. It's your boy T.
T will exclusive.
It's your boy Sin.
Sin exclusive.
And me, Kristen Elizabeth.
Dude, honestly, this whiskey's kind of better.
No, it's tasty. It's like light. Without anything mixed with it, this shit is like super tasty. It's like water.
It's a happy accident.
I think it's better than the bourbon. So good job, Kristen.
What is it? It's rye?
Rye whiskey, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I guess I found out I like rye.
Hey.
Wait for it.
Hey.
It's coming.
Let go. Is that a new color of your water bottle, Kristen?
Oh, yes.
So, just a casual change, something
a casual
light.
Switch up.
You know, I figured it's important that I have a water bottle that matches my life.
It's important to have.
That was the one? The other one didn't?
Options. No.
Oh, you need options.
Look at the other one over there, and it's all its glory.
In all its glory, yeah.
That's just a different color.
That's for another day.
So are you buying the third one?
There's 4 of them, and hopefully.
Oh my god! There's
hopefully
4?
I'll have all 4 of them.
No way! I swear there was only 3 last week.
I think there might be 5.
I'm so scared.
They're probably listening to this right now, just being like, "Yo, we need to pump out more colors."
At this point, they might as well just make it customizable.
To build your own.
Well, that's what I
would get one, sure.
Because I can put that lid on this body.
You already gave her that. Look at that.
And look, and
I could see you. I could see you with the red handle, maybe the red top, white, and then you throw the little Supreme logo on it.
Yeah, definitely. On the base.
That's a good collab right there.
Yeah,
wouldn't be mad at that.
I'm not mad at it either. And honestly, I could see Supreme totally making something. Like
low key, right?
That isn't their space.
I mean, they made that sandwich thing that you showed me. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you've seen that, right?
That's ridiculous.
And that's dropping this week, so I don't know what the hell that is, honestly.
What'd you think of
what the idea of it is?
The Thrasher collab.
I did like the Thrasher collab. I do like it. I fuck with Neckface. I have his SBs that he released. I think like he's an artist, weird artist. I have his SBs that he did like a Halloween ago.
Yeah, the tees are cool.
I like the Harold Hunter tee as well. Rest in peace.
The sweater with the cross logo on the back.
Yeah, that one's hard.
Those are tough.
Yeah, super tough. I like because I like the colors that they chose. So like the base colors, all pretty good.
There's a lot. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like they're collabing with a lot more brands this season.
I think that's something that they just realized helps push the brand in general, is their collaborations. When you look at what they've done in the past, they could have a season with little, but I think it helps generate excitement, honestly, for the brand.
Yeah.
Even if it's a small
The Martine Rose collab was fire. Yeah. And the brands that they're collaborating with too also are a lot of brands that they haven't collaborated with before as well. Or if they did, it's been a minute. So, but the Martine Rose one was totally unexpected. I wasn't expecting that one at all. Supreme's been around for 20-ish years?
I think maybe a little more. Let's see. 1999 maybe, sorry, 2000.
I'm just wondering, like, longevity of street brands, you know? Like, how long do these street brands typically last, you know?
1994.
Wow, so 30 years.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive.
Yeah. It's killing it. Yeah, 30 years is crazy. For any brand. But
and to be doing a fall, winter, and spring summer
releasing something every week,
it's
new,
like 20 weeks.
Yeah, and keeping it collabs exciting. The brand, that's not easy at all. So kudos to them, because we've seen a lot of brands come and go. Just think about how many brands we used to fuck with
that just no longer, either you don't even wear anymore.
But do you think the box logo gets played out? Like, do you think it's played out?
That's a hard one because
I know you love Supreme.
no, not even. It's a hard one just because like it's hard. That'd be like saying
The Nike swoosh.
Kristen, do you think Steve Madden's played out? Do you think
You can't compare
Michael Kors is played out? No, as far as just in general, like
Okay, for instance, Coach. I
Could
feel
you say
like Coach
Coach
was
is-
like very popular. It got played out.
What about Goyard?
But now it's making a resurgence.
there you go.
I think
But-
it's longevity, no matter what, as long as they can keep getting a new.
So that's a great
creative
example
director.
because even within the resurgence, the brand didn't go anywhere. People were still buying Coach.
It was just lame.
It was just, but was it? Where does that? Where do you think that even? Because like what T said with the box logo, it got played. Like where does that even come from?
I think things just in general, we do get tired of like the same things over and over, but it's also classic.
like the little
like
micro stitched Supreme logo.
Yeah,
It's kind of crazy.
yeah. But
But Coach made a comeback because they had access to celebrities, and they started. Whoever was in charge started putting celebrities in their clothes, paying them big money to wear their brands.
How do you
wear the brand?
But then how do you feel about Coach with its resurgence? People wanting the vintage Coach, the older Coach, not necessarily the nude stuff. The people looking to go. What's it called? Thrifting and finding something like an old Coach piece from the 90s or early 2000s type shit.
I feel like that's with any brand though. People want
Archival.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, even Archival Supreme, right?
To a degree, yes. I think there's always going to be pieces from the past that people wanted more than others, like, staple pieces. That's the thing with Supreme. You can be like, oh, I wanted that specific. Whereas with a brand like Coach, they're just producing every season, just producing shit. So people might just be looking for anything that just has that faded, old, been through the wash type look to the bag or whatever, the belt or a pair of shoes type shit. But I don't know, like Coach, I think is a great example of something where, like it went away. Was super popular when it was Stussy. You see with Stussy's almost having a now I see a line outside the store.
Stussy is for sure having a resurgence.
I see a line outside the store every freaking day now. I see a line outside. Yeah, there'd be a line outside the store.
They got some fly stuff, bro. I had this one item from Stussy that I always thought was so fly. Like some of their stuff's solid,
But a few years ago that shit was not moving like that. Dumb, easy to get.
That's facts.
Was sitting, was chilling. Like it wasn't like people didn't want it.
Do you think Chrome Hearts is played?
Nah, I don't. Well, I don't think it's that. It's hard to say Chrome Hearts is played because it's not accessible like that. Like if you want Chrome Hearts right now,
you're paying $350
more
minimum.
That's if you're getting it for retail. That's retail prices. Resale prices that I'm seeing is freaking crazy. How much people are selling some hats for, and some hoodies for, and some t-shirts for. Like, yeah. So that's why it's not that it's played to me. It's just like I think people just want it because of. It's a flex. If
it's just an allure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. If you see someone wearing a t-shirt like that and they could have possibly paid, because retail was probably, like you said, $350, $300 for retail. So they've probably got that. They probably paid resale. Or
you could go downtown and get the Fugazi.
$20.
Maybe
$20.
Maybe less.
Yeah, for real, honestly.
What is your thoughts on that? Like, I mean, if a fake is good enough, would you rock a fake?
Me personally, at that point, if I have to go to a fake, I'm just not gonna. I don't need it that hard in my life. I don't need it that I don't need to wear. If I wanted a pair of sneakers that bad, that I was gonna buy some fake ones, and I don't really need those.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, if I can't afford it, I don't need it, and that's the issue with a lot of people. They don't know how to deal with the absence.
They just want the status
loss. That's why the resale culture.
But maybe
exists.
not, bro. Maybe they just like the design, and they're like, "Yo, like, let's take sneakers for example. If it's not real, right? Mm-hmm. They're just like, yo, this is a cool looking shoe. Like, I want this.
But I'm not willing to pay.
I don't know. Because then you could just get another pair.
In those spaces, if you feel like you love something enough that you really want it, then you'll save up, you'll do what you got to do, and you'll get it. You can get it responsibly. You don't have to go into debt. You don't have to, go crazy, like lose stuff over it. If you get a job, work hard, there's nothing that's out of a person's reach in this day and age. Maybe a supercar, like a fucking,
that's
Ferrari.
The first thing that popped in my mind. I was just imagining
a Ferrari,
mind.
A Ferrari or something. But like a Chrome Hearts hoodie or something like that. If you work hard, you can get that stuff. That stuff is all accessible. That's just what it is. People don't want to work for that shit. They want to look like they got it and it was nothing, and still had the stack of cash and flex, like how most people you see wearing Chrome right now are wearing it, rather than, hey, let me save up and get a ring. Let me save up and get a hoodie. Let me, they want to have a ton of pieces and be chromed out from head to toe. And
that's the sad part, is because people will spend all this money on clothes, but they're saying that so many young people aren't buying houses anymore or owning anything. They're just,
I think that's probably why a lot of the younger generation is more focused on how can I have something now versus knowing that there is no end game, because the cost of living is beyond, it's just like too much for these young people.
But I really feel like it's like, we live in LA, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I think if we went outside of California, it's probably a lot easier to get a house.
I would imagine
100%. It's a lot easier, but it's also still based on, like, back in the day, the cost of a house versus how much money you would be making a year. Like now, like if you fast forward, okay, this is what was bopping around.
Oh,
I could hear that. I was like, "What is?"
I thought it was. I thought it was my headphones. I'm not gonna lie.
So like, if you, I don't know the word for it, but if you basically fast forward to now, the gap is much larger. Like, houses are much more expensive, and the cost of living, and then what people are actually making is not the same.
Yeah,
it's like a fraction of like how people lived back then.
Yeah, of course. But back then, though, the original flex was to end up being a homeowner.
I don't even think it was a flex back in the day. It was like a normal thing for people to.
That's what I mean. Like, that was the ultimate flex. Was, hey, you worked hard, you went to school, whatever it is, and then you bought property, you bought land.
Isn't that so crazy to think that, like, back in the day, you could just get like an honest job. You didn't even have to go to school. You could just work hard, and you could just buy whatever you wanted.
I mean, technically it hasn't changed to that degree, but I mean,
yeah, but you can't, unless you have a degree. It's probably you have to have a trade or a degree in order to be making enough money to own a home, to like actually own a home,
or be. I'm sure we'll find,
especially in like a bigger city.
Yeah, I'm sure in these cities, definitely those would be requirements, or you'd have to find someone who's. Granted, those people are probably outliers, but you'll find people who might not be as well equipped with those things, but are hustlers, are just like not illegal hustlers, but are grinders. Like, put whatever it is they do best and made something of it. But yeah, for the most part, you're gonna have to work your ass off to get something like that. But I don't know.
Apparently, you got to work your ass off to get McDonald's even nowadays.
It just seems like, though, like the
prices are going up, man.
It seems like the idea of a home ownership is lost on the youth, just because, like, even the responsibilities of what it means to own a home, they don't want those responsibilities. It seems like they don't want to. That's what reason why you're seeing a lot of the youth not want to even seek that, is the level of just like, hey, I don't want to have to.
I think
like renting is.
I think it would be different if it was more affordable.
Maybe,
like, if you could pay your rent and then also pay for a tragic event that happens to your home.
Yeah, I can see that being the case, because of course the responsibilities of home ownership would probably be the most easy reaching logical excuse, as far as when you ask them, hey, why aren't you interested in owning a home? But yeah, financially, of course, I think you would probably see more people trying to grab a piece of land, because that's really what it is. When you own home, you own land, like you'd probably see more people doing that, or even looking to rent, because you see rentals and apartments going crazy. You don't really see people even around here renting homes, and that's something that is, I see that back in Boston, at least, like as far as like yeah, you don't own a home, but you wanted to live in a home. You might not own it, but you still like wanted that aspect of like living in, having a garage, pulling into your own space, walking into your own door, not living in an apartment complex and all that.
Having to see your fucking neighbor.
Yeah, exactly.
You're getting the mail.
Yeah, just that, because even home ownership might not be, but just the idea of living in that type of style is, I think, lost on the youth as well.
Yeah, for sure.
They're in New Yorks and apartment complexes and living on top of each other. Studio apartment type shit. Yeah, for sure. I think you'll see once they all grow up, and at that time, granted, hopefully we're still recording, and this podcast is getting quadruple the listeners, but by that time you'll see it on the news when the shit catches up to the youth. Well, however they were living catches up to them. We probably weren't paying attention to seeing it with our parents go through it. Whether it was, hey, our parents went through the stock market crashing and shit like that. Housing market crashing and shit like that. However they usually choose to live in their early 20s and all that, I feel like catches up to them at some point and has an effect, whether it was them not taking voting and shit seriously or whatever it is. I feel like it'll end up catching up to them like this, them not owning homes. I can see those people who don't want to live in homes in 20 years when they're in their 30s and shit like that, wanting to do that. And because they didn't take the initial things as building their credit and things like that.
I think Gen Z will probably be the last people that's interested in buying homes.
Yeah, for real.
I could see it.
Gen Alpha can't even fucking read.
I can see it shifting into like tiny homes.
Tiny home. Yeah. Hey,
that's already a thing.
All the adjacent things I can see popping off. Just anything that is out of the norm.
But a tiny home, at a certain point, you stack them up next to each other. You're just living in an apartment again.
You are.
You know what I mean?
Have you watched those videos on the tiny homes?
I've seen people build them and shit.
Yeah, they're pretty crazy.
Honestly, some of them look nice.
For those who don't know, tiny home, and Tesla bought a tiny home company. I can't remember which one they bought, but they own a tiny home company.
To be honest, bro, if I were going to get a tiny home, I'd rather just get an RV and just live wherever I want.
Well, I mean, with the tiny home, you can pack it up and take it wherever you want. That's the way they have it.
Put it in your pocket.
That's the way they sell it. That's the way they sell it. But they do be looking kind of cool.
Yeah, some especially
with the
renovated and shit.
with the UV, the solar ray panels on top and shit like that.
Come on,
yeah, no,
the self-sustaining home. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, hey, if we end up living in a post-apocalyptic world, then I would be down for a tiny home.
Oh yeah,
in the middle of nowhere where I can surround myself with barbed wire and guns.
And then if you need to, you could dip.
Yeah, exactly.
Pack it up. Let's go.
That sounds legit right there. But yeah, no, for the most part, you will end up just living in another apartment complex with tiny homes stacked on each other.
So what else is new, man? What's new in your world? How's everyone doing?
Me and Adriaki, actually, we went to. It's in the early works right now, but we had these necklaces that we liked that ended up turning because they were like coated brass or something like that. So we took them to a jeweler and he's gonna like remake them.
Wow.
Yeah, and like legit metals. Like
that's nice.
Well, and,
did you go downtown?
Yeah, we went downtown. It was the first time I went down to the jewelry district. The
so
shit
nice.
is intense down there. Oh my god.
They would literally make you anything that you want.
It was a little hard to find someone at first.
Okay.
Like,
do you like the person you're with?
Yeah, he was a cool dude. Oh, okay. I didn't even realize that. I'd have tapped in with you. Yeah, he's a cool dude. It was hard because not everybody was trying to. Because I wear silver. I do silver for most of my jewelry. But so it was hard to find someone who was gonna be able to. Because you got to have a program, the CAP program, to 3D sculpt, and then you print out the mold, and then the mold is what you use to put the metal in and cast it and.
That sounds fire.
It sounds fire because essentially you're saying like, hey, well, you're paying for the mold and stuff. Once you build this mold, you can make as many if you want. Yeah, you could even make this and sell this. Honestly, you're really paying for the mold because I didn't realize, compared to like gold and shit, silver is like incredibly cheap to make like things out of, like
gold,
silver.
Oh, silver.
Because silver, like, the cost of silver isn't as expensive as gold.
Right.
So making this necklace, even though it's, you know, custom, the design and mold and all that is actually more expensive.
Yeah, definitely.
Than the actual production of the item.
So you might fuck around and make some more and sell them. Maybe.
Definitely.
What's it look like? Can I see?
Is it the best friend one?
Yeah, it's the best friend one. Yeah. That's the thing. It came from. That's the thing that was annoying was that it was made by the original design was a high end brand. I don't want to put them on blast.
Is it what you just typed
Whisper
in?
it.
And so this is the brand. I mean, so this is the. Let's see if it. Yeah, this is it. Is it? No. It's like this, only it comes apart.
That's fly.
Yeah. And but you know these high end brands be making shit, but they don't make it out of like legit materials, and they'll still charge you like legit prices.
Crazy. That's insane to me.
This is it right here. So it comes with 2 different necklaces.
Oh, that's tight.
Wait, let me see it again.
And it meets
Yeah,
in the
that's
middle.
cool.
Perfect.
And so we got that, you know, and I didn't pay attention to it because, you know, the price was up there and I figured it was, you know, but then I looked at it after and I was like, oh shit, this isn't made out of legit metals.
So you just getting the pendant, not the actual necklace?
So the dude who makes the pendant works right next to a person who has silver necklaces, so he can just sell us
easy,
easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl type shit. Yeah, so we're excited for that. That's literally what we did this past weekend.
That's fun. The downtown, the jewelry district is nice.
It's extremely intense down there. Like the amount of just like people just trying to sell you jewelry.
Hell yeah.
It's fucking intense. It's in Boston. It's like one building with 3 floors, maybe, and like maybe a max 10 stores in there.
Did you go into the stores where it's like you go in and then there's like a guy selling Rolexes, a woman selling like vintage?
Yeah,
like
that's where we went in, and that's where we ended up getting put onto that. We're just because we found a silver person. We asked, "Do you do custom? Do you know anyone who does custom?"
He's like, "Turn around."
Yeah, exactly. But
Jim.
No, he sent us to someone on the 8th floor who ended up not speaking very good English, but he was the setter of stones. He set stones. So he's a guy who looks through the binocular like microscope thing.
Sets it in the
ring, sets it in the...
That's cool.
And he's a super nice guy. He was showing us something he was setting, a ring he was setting.
That's cool.
And it was crazy. Like, and he got his boss, who was a dude who does the customization. And so we upgraded it. We put the birthstones in the eyes. We put our birthstones in
that's
fire.
eyes. So we upgraded it, and yeah, dude, we can't wait. It takes a little while, obviously, with the custom shit, but
a couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks, but now I'll pull up iced out with the new piece.
Tough.
Once it's all done. But other than that, yeah. What's been up new in your world, guys?
Kristen. Oh shit.
Not much. I've just been working, trying to stay busy.
Hold on, is this from this week? The spiritual experience?
I did have a spiritual experience earlier this week or last week on Friday the 13th.
Hold on, what are you talking about, Kristen?
All I could say. Hold on, Terrence, how are things with you?
No, please tell the story. I'm interested.
Terrence, you know the story.
No.
I do know the story.
But
for the listeners, let's
and I would. It's a good story.
Yeah, shout out, before we get to the story, shout out Penguin for sponsoring the story. For starting the story. Smoking Penguin's Instagram.
Sponsoring the story. This story time.
This story is sponsored by marijuana.
Wait, let me hit it, and then it will be sponsored by.
Dude, it's so funny. Real quick, did you guys know that if you go on Apple Podcasts and go to our podcast, every episode is transcribed?
Oh wow!
It does it automatically?
Yeah.
Is that AI?
Yeah, it has to be. Imagine someone's just typing it as they listen.
Some nigga who just gets paid $100 an hour.
Yo, just
that
listen.
dude would have to get paid mad money.
Golly.
I can see him being like the key maker in the Matrix, just in the fucking in the closet. Just
that guy was working hard, bro, making keys. This guy had every key.
And when they saved him, he just finished the last key like he needed for everything.
And then they killed him. That's crazy.
Shout out to Keymaker. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. That was a great movie.
Kristen's like, what the fuck are you guys?
Oh, she's never seen it, bro. That scene when they're fighting on the big rig on the freeway.
Kristen,
legendary.
nah.
Anyway,
we're going to introduce you to the Keymaker.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
All right. Continue on with this.
Let's go.
Okay, just a backstory. This is a little bit into my personal life.
Oh, I didn't grab the ashtray. I'll grab it.
A little personal, but we do that here.
A little into my personal life. So
we do that here sometimes on the pod.
I had been stressed and depressed. I was down bad for a little while. And I just was in a constant spiral. And I was like, deep down, I was like, okay, Kristen, like, you have to get control of your mind. You have to, like, focus on having more positive thoughts. Like, you have to get yourself out of the spiral. And so I would find myself praying. And then I would be praying in the morning. And I just feel like I was struggling to pray. I was, like, struggling to find things to be thankful for, or, like, things to be, like, hopeful for. And it was like, I don't identify like
that's a hard thing.
But it was like, just like, I couldn't even get a positive thought in my head. Like, that's what I was struggling with. And so I was also like, so my grandpa died when I was like 5.5, but I have like a very deep connection with him. Like, I think about him often, and twice in my life he has come to me and like shown up for me in like the darkest times, and changed my life, like, honestly.
So he passed away when you were
5.5, but my real dad was not like a dad, so he was my dad, basically.
And even within those 5 years of you existing, you have like, you have your memory. I remember you said you remember when you was young.
Yeah, I remember. I have a very vivid memory of my youth, and he very much still stands out. Like, when I think back, like all my happy times, or a lot of my happy times. Him and my grandma, who's like, my grandma's like my number one sweetie pie angel of the universe. Yeah. Like, I'm named after her. My birthday's the day before hers. Like, that's my road dog. Oh. Okay, so.
Shout out grandma.
So. I was like, and also too, so when I would like think, when I'm praying, I'm like also praying to my grandpa, and I'm like, you just let me know if I'm a loser. Like, do you hate me? Like, am I a piece of shit? Am I a scumbag? Like, this, and I know this sounds crazy, but like, this is a glimpse into my mind.
There you go.
So, and I'm just like having a lot of spiraling thoughts for like probably like 2 months. I was just like in shambles. And so, but I'm aware that I need to get better thoughts, and that's how I'm going to get myself out of this darkness, right? Because that's just what it is. So I wake up Friday the 13th, and I start praying, and it's coming to me, and I'm just like, oh, okay, positivity. This feels good. I'm doing it. I get to work, and I go into the back, and my boss is back there, and she was like, did you leave that book here? And I was like, what book? And she was like, it ended up in my trunk. And the book was The Secret. Have you ever read The Secret?
That sounds super familiar. It's fairly popular, right?
Yeah, it's a very popular book. It's all about like the power of your mind, and basically like you create your own reality through like belief in yourself. And
yeah, it's got the like brown cover on it with the red stamp. Yeah,
exactly. So it's just like the power of your mind is like the whole gag.
Of course.
So okay, so I'm like, okay. She tells me that, like, about the book, and I was like, oh shit. So I click it in my mind.
Was it yours? It was your book?
No, it wasn't my book. But I have books on my station, so that's why she asked me. And so, but when she says this to me, I'm feeling, I don't know if you've ever felt this, but like if you've ever gotten a message from God or the other side or the universe, or like you just feel, it feels different. Like you can like clock it when it happens, like for me, like at least. And so she says that to me, and I'm like, oh shit. And in my head, I'm connecting, like, I feel like this was meant for me, because I really have been trying to focus on my mind and like get my thoughts straight. Okay, so fast forward, I go check on my client. She's like, oh, today's Friday the 13th. And okay, what is Friday the 13th?
I mean, technically, I don't know the original meaning behind it. The only thing that I know, other than the weird date that it gets associated with in Jason the movie and all that shit,
I always thought it was a bad luck.
There's
honestly.
a bad luck thing, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Black
so,
cats.
But I've gotten, usually I get a tattoo on most Friday the 13th. I got this on Friday the 13th.
You know what? I asked a girl, I said, hey, what does Friday the 13th mean? She says, tattoos?
Yeah.
I said, stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually they give discounts. That's why
So,
I usually...
with that,
I go.
how many times have you
not
seen
bad.
Friday the 13th and you never thought to like look it up? Same. I've
Yeah,
never looked it
100%.
up. Okay. And so when she says that to me, I feel that I need to ask her, what is Friday the 13th? So Friday the 13th is the day that Judas sold Jesus out to the Romans and they hung him and killed him.
Damn.
Friday the 13th. So it's the other spiritual meaning is like life and death and rebirth and new beginnings and for new opportunities. Okay, so I'm like, something's weird, something's going on. Then I go outside and I'm sitting with my client. I'm stressed out. Okay. And I'm sitting there and my mom sent me a photo of my grandma. And my grandma's name is Marilyn Elizabeth. And so I show her the photo of this, my coworker I'm sitting with. I was like, I'm Kristen Elizabeth and this is Marilyn Elizabeth. And as I say Marilyn Elizabeth, this little white dog comes up to me. Looks just like my grandma's white dog that she used to have, Pongo. As I say, I was like, this is Marilyn Elizabeth. The little dog's like, hey, what's up? And the guy at the end of the leash was like, oh, sorry, her name's Marilyn too.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, this is so weird. And I don't say anything. I look over at my coworker and she goes, that was fucking weird. Like very, like she felt it, you know? Because I felt it. She felt it. I was like, okay, weird. Then I go inside and I'm telling my client, I'm like, okay, this is weird. This is weird. This feels weird.
Yeah. You feel some energy right now.
Yeah, I told her I felt like I'm closer to the truth. Like whatever it is, I just feel like closer to the truth.
Right.
And so I'm just shampooing her hair. I end up like, where I'm washing her hair and we're like talking and I was like, yeah, I think we just have to have faith that everything is going to be better than we could ever imagine.
Yeah.
And when I said it, I was like about to cry because I was like, it was like coming from like deep within. And I was like,
that gut feeling,
I'm whoa. Like I was like, let's go. Let's do this. Yeah. Get her back to my chair. And okay, from the time it takes me to open my drawer, pull my blow dryer out, pull my extension cord from the ground, plug it in. Okay. This is all happening. And in my head, I'm saying, give me the gag. Just do it. I know that it's you. I know that it's my grandpa. I know it's my ancestors. I said, give me the gag so bad that I literally have to just accept it.
Wait, what does give me the gag mean?
Like make me believe it. Like
make yourself aware.
My jaw drop to the floor.
Make yourself aware
that it's actually a joke. Like it's actually a joke that it's so in your face. Like that's what I wanted him to do for me.
Because you feel his presence
and I
around.
feel it, and I'm like, and I'm in my head, and I'm like, just do it. Like just do it. And as I'm saying this, literally like 5 seconds, the fire alarm goes off instantly. I can't snap my fingers. Instantly. And then it also continued to go off for the rest of the day.
What?
Which is like, I feel like very on brand for my grandpa. Like that's a joke.
Shit's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And as soon as the fire alarm went off, I started crying because I was like, oh fuck, like, okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I had been losing faith for real, and I was like, brought me back. I was like, all right, I'm back, I'm strong again. Like before, I was like, nope, just get me off the ride.
And for something like that, I think is like gaining and this is, I feel like something that a space that we haven't even really ever really gotten into on this pod before, even talked about faith or anything like that. Yeah. And what it means to even have that. And did you feel like prior to that, like the feelings that you had in your head, the level of you said like you were spiraling and all that, did you feel like that's where you were losing your faith at, like, and why it was putting you in that space prior?
I think I had been out of practice just in general. Like I used to have like spiritual practices that I would do, whether it's like praying or like lighting something in the moonlight, like, you know, type shit, like going to the beach, like as corny as bringing my crystals, but like actually having thoughts about like positive energy. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole point, is like energy. And I feel like I just kind of fell out of like having any kind of thoughts around it. I was just like, work life.
Were you raised crazy?
I was raised in a church situation, which was chill, but I was also kind of like, what do people in like other places that can't get Jesus books? Do they go to hell? And then I didn't like that answer, so I was like, I think something's going on.
What was their answer if they can't get Jesus books? Do they go to hell?
No, so they find a way.
Oh, they find a way.
And I'm like,
so then I'll just find. So then you just find a way. You don't need the Jesus books then. Technically,
technically,
yeah, realistically,
but technically, Jesus is like Christianity. If you don't believe in Jesus, then you're not like with the program.
Because when you were raised crazy religious.
So I went to church because my mom went to church, and you know I'd be in service. She put me in the youth thing.
Youth group?
Yeah, the youth group back when I was really young, and I didn't really vibe with that because I feel like even when I was a kid, I was just socially awkward.
Oh, so it wasn't necessarily that they weren't doing stuff that you weren't interested in. You were just a little socially awkward.
It was that. It was also like, I feel like we were actually like reading the Bible and stuff like. And when I was a kid, I just didn't really, I guess, care to sit down and listen. I don't know. I just remember not listening.
It is weird.
I was I was just running around.
It is. I feel like it is weird getting told the Bible at a young age and them just expecting you to understand it. Like the kids that in my church that like took to church as a kid,
they ended up being the worst ones out of them, I feel like.
But I'll say that. But at this, I don't know. It's weird because when I look back now, I gotta go hit bro's Facebook up.
I feel like people that are super religious or like really try to rep it to the point where it's in your face are usually the ones that are like are troubled. Because
it wasn't even that he was necessarily, he just took to it like he knew the scripture. He had a beautiful voice, so he like sang in the choir. And this is a kid who was younger than me. He was like two.
Where is he now?
He's had the love of Jesus.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I'd have to go. I gotta go look at bro's Facebook because last time I checked, he was still involved in the church. But I was raised Catholic, so being a priest and stuff is different because like you can't like with Catholicism. Like the people who lead it, it's weird because they don't get to live normal lives. You can't have a wife.
I mean, I got
baptized. Have sex.
Did you get baptized?
Yeah, I got baptized, first communion, confirmation, all that stuff was.
Oh, you did all that?
I did all that stuff. Was in the choir. Was an altar boy for a little bit. Like I did all that shit.
Actually, raised religious.
I was raised fairly religiously, but like outside of that, I was like totally the opposite.
And Kristen, you were in church a lot too, right?
Yeah. So I grew up Lutheran, so I still went through communion and I went through confirmation, which is to do communion. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I was considered like an altar girl, but you would sit up in the pulpit while they do their whole thing and like help take offering.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. So hold on. Did they have like the body and the Christ? Did you like eat the bread and shit?
Yeah.
Did you like help with that?
Yes.
So you like if you helped with all that, then you would be considered an altar.
Wow.
Yeah.
My religious shit.
Yeah. No, it was definitely.
Look at us similarities.
Yeah.
Passing around the little wine and crackers.
Yeah, the little wine and crackers, the blood and body of Christ.
Were you throwing dollars in the?
My parents were. Yeah, they were. And my dad, low key, he was.
Isn't it like 10% of your salary or something?
Yeah.
That's what Kristen.
My dad gave more than that, as far as not even just necessarily financially. He did handled all the like custodial services for my church.
Oh, wow.
He mopped the floor, like he cleaned, was the handyman, all that stuff for the church. Like
that's really nice.
He was really involved in the church, low key. Like my parents didn't necessarily force it, but they tried to use the church because the neighborhood we grew up in was kind of crazy, so they use the church.
Crazy like dangerous?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they used, and like crazy in a sense where I think my parents didn't want to raise me.
Oh shit.
Even though my dad is a helicopter parent, my parents didn't want to raise me and like watch over everything I did.
Wait, you have a helicopter parent?
Yeah, my dad is definitely a helicopter parent for sure. He is like, he watches the news. He's
even now.
Yeah, he had to deal with just my lifestyle. So there's nothing he could do now. But like, he just is he's the product of someone who watches the news too much. So, you know, if you watch the news a lot, all the news shows is just negative shit that just happens in the world. So, you know, you just see like the craziest accidents.
He's gonna see this bus jacking.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get to that later, because my parents hit me up about that. My mom, I talked. That's who I was talking to on the way here about this. And my mom, she called me about that. And I didn't even know about it. She's calling me about it. Like, I heard it from my coworker, but my mom's calling me on the way here, telling me about that. And I'm like,
I guess my coworker was stuck in traffic.
Because of it?
Yeah. He hit me up and he was like, hey, I'm in downtown, but, you know, nothing's moving.
Yeah. My parents just used church to try to show me something positive in my neighborhood, realistically. Like, show me like, hey, you could go hang with these little badass kids over here and do this hood shit. But realistically, like, there's some positive stuff here, like over in this direction. And
that's cool.
You know, like,
no, it definitely seems like a more positive thing to just surround your kid around. You know?
Yeah, for sure. But
I feel like I just played video games and like was in books.
Definitely.
And then I went to church, you know, casually sometimes with my mom, or like for holidays we'd always go.
My parents be there every Sunday.
I respect that.
Every Sunday. But with Catholicism, it's like pretty on time, so it's not like other like.
You know what it was, bro? It was because I went to 2 different churches, and at both churches there was some weird like scandal shit that happened.
Yeah, there was
some weird money thing.
There was, I mean, honestly, Boston.
Is that every church?
This is when you could say fuck Boston, because Boston had like one of the most scandalous things with the Catholic Church. It's like they made a movie about that shit too. Like,
wait, really?
Yeah, the priests were touching little boys.
Oh, in Boston? That was Boston. Yikes,
the priests were touching little boys, and instead of like firing the priests and like sending them and prosecuting
let's add this to the list for Boston. We were talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For this, if you brought this up and said fuck Boston about this, I can't argue with that.
I'm gonna add that to the list.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
That's wild.
Yeah, instead of like prosecuting the priest and sending them to jail, they just moved them to other churches. And the whole scandal like went crazy, and like it affected family members of mine. Like there was family members of mine who were affected by that shit, and like
Jesus.
Yeah, it was like a whole huge scandal. Like they had to close a bunch of churches because of it. And my church that I grew up in when I was baptized and all that shit was one of the churches that got closed, shut down, because they had for the lawsuit and payouts and shit like that, because they had to pay crazy bread out.
Crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, so but speaking of, once again, to add to the list of the many things that my dad worries about just in general, just as far as being a helicopter parent, just watching the news too much, they did see that shit that happened. I didn't watch it. Apparently there's a whole video of it. I didn't watch it.
They stole
it sounds when I hear it, when I get told about it, it sounds like the Speed movie. Like, and
I'm just wondering why. So for the listeners, it was in downtown this morning.
Yeah, let's look it up right now.
Someone pretty much hijacked a metro bus.
Yeah.
You pulling it up?
Yeah, LA bus hijacking. And there was one killed in the situation, which is crazy.
Yeah, apparently she got shot, which is, thank God. I mean,
One person was shot dead as a gunman hijacked a bus with passengers on board in downtown Los Angeles early Wednesday, police said. The bus driver and another passenger were rescued after an hour-long slow police chase and the arrival of a SWAT team. Police said Deputy Police Chief Donald Graham. They brought I seen the video on Instagram of them like bringing the bus to a halt. They used the like spike strips that they threw out and ripped through the tires and shit. And then they like pulled out the bus driver or something. But police have not said what happened leading up, so they don't know why this happened.
But it wasn't full of civilians, at least.
Was it not?
It just says one person.
No, one person was shot dead as a gunman hijacked a bus with passengers on board.
Oh, I thought you said passenger.
No, that's the 8 a.m. metro. That's just probably full.
Yeah, I can't imagine just going to fucking work.
That's what I'm saying, bro. These are just people just trying to live their lives. Like, why are you hijacking a bus right now?
And it's crazy when you watch the movie Speed. I just watched it like 2 weeks ago.
Did they detain him or did they kill him?
This guy got detained. But have you seen the movie Speed?
Oh, it was carrying the driver and 2 passengers.
Have you seen the movie Speed, Kristen, with Keanu Reeves?
Huh.
So essentially, Keanu Reeves plays a detective, and he's trying to catch this dude who's like a guy who can plant bomb. He's just mad, like this bomb arsonist dude. And so the dude plants a bomb on a bus that once it goes over 60 miles an hour, once it slows down, the bomb will explode. And Keanu Reeves finds out about the bomb on the bus from the dude calling him. He hops on the bus, manages to get on the bus, right? And the whole movie is him keeping the bus over 60 miles an hour. So the bomb won't. But one of the things that happens, Sandra Bullock's in this movie. She's
such a good movie. Sandra
Bullock's just a character she's just a girl on the bus going to school that morning. There's actually
Speed.
So here's the kicker: when Keanu Reeves gets on the bus, because he the scene is intense for him to get on the bus, right? He gets on the bus and he's like, "Hey, I'm a LAPD detective." There's a dude who I guess has some illegal shit going on, who just happens to be on the bus. Takes out his gun, is like, "Hey, man." And Keanu Reeves like, "Yo, I'm not even on here for whatever you got going on. There's a bomb on this fucking bus, bro."
Oh, he just breaks it down for him.
He's like the dude is like, "Kristen, you are a dude who's maybe here in this country illegally or some shit like that, and you see a cop do something crazy to get on this bus. And he tells you there's a bomb on his bus, and you really believe in this dude right now? No, you thinking this dude's trying to catch you because you might have killed some. Who knows what this dude?" They never talk about it in the movie. They never discuss that. Why he even. But he ends up struggling with the dude, and he shoots the bus driver, and that's how Sandra Bullock becomes the main character. She got to drive the bus the whole movie, essentially, right? Great movie to watch. But that's just the setup right there. So when I hear this story about this dude with a gun on the bus, Kristen, that's all I heard.
Yeah, it's a movie.
That's literally what I heard this morning. My coworker's like, "Yo, did you hear about the dude with the gun on the bus?" I'm like, "Out here in LA?" I was like, "Yeah, and someone got shot." I'm like, "What the? That's literally Speed, the movie." I'm like, "What the fuck? That's crazy, dude." Like, but rest in peace to the person who passed, man. That sucks. Like, to have like things of just such regular like travel as far as taking a bus be unsafe is fucking insane. Like, just you can't even do something that's simple.
Horrifying, dog.
You can't even do something that simple. But just think about that though, T. You're talking about something that go on a bus. It's at this point unsafe for for people to send their kids to school.
Yeah. What is safe? What does safe even mean?
You know, the idea of that. Hence my dad's helicopter parent mode.
I mean, do we think that there should be like armed security on buses?
There's armed security in front of schools. The schools I drive by to head to where I work at, there's armed security out front. Dudes with guns. I thought it was crazy. hijacking told me, no, that's normal. They don't play because it's I think it's a Jewish school.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, like it's crazy. And they're talking about teaching teachers how to like lock down the rooms and shit, like how to do a lockdown, and then they have like a gun.
Listen, and that's why it's important to vote, because
that's scary, because that gun is in the classroom.
It's in the classroom. It's supposed to be like locked and all this stuff. They showed like a video. There's a video of it on YouTube of like how it's supposed to work. The gun is like locked in this whole like thing, the safe that the teacher only has access to type shit. But there's like these locks for the door, and then yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Dude, school shootings, Jesus.
So that's what I mean when you see something like this with the bus. It's like,
yeah,
like what the fuck is safe? Kristen, that's a perfect question. What is safe? What is safe right now?
It's scary because I feel like this election is going to bring a lot of... There was that shooting at Kamala's office, one of her offices.
Recently?
Yeah, bro, like a couple of days ago.
And did anyone get hurt or anything like that?
Not that I had seen, but they said it just got shot up and that it was like being investigated.
They're
it's like headquarters.
They're releasing they're releasing the information that they're finding out about the dude who was, because you know how the dude was trying to assassinate Trump.
Yeah.
And he'd been planning it for mad long, for weeks. He's been planning this. He knew where Trump was going to be.
It was in Arizona, by the way.
Which one? The one with Kamala?
Yeah. Campaign office.
The dude who was planning to kill Trump has been planning it for weeks, and they're digging up mad information on this dude, and it's crazy. Like, yeah, what is safe?
Yeah.
If someone is crazy enough, because clearly things like jail, that's the issue. Things like jail, prison time, maybe even death, they clearly don't scare people like this.
Do you feel like with stuff like this happening that there should be more gun control?
What is gun control though? Because I don't see
people can 3D print them.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see it being perfect to this degree.
You see that story of that 14-year-old that printed like a bunch of like handguns, and they raided his house and he had a bunch of like molds.
That he was like a teenager, right?
He was 14.
14, and he'd been talking shit at school, right? He was like,
that's terrifying, though.
That's the thing, though. The dude they showed, I watched a video of a deputy in Florida, and he says, if you aren't gonna parent your kids, well, I'm gonna start doing it. So he started perp walking, which is the thing where when you arrest someone, you walk them from the car into the police station. And if they've done a big enough heinous enough crime, there's usually like cameras and shit out there. So it's taking videos and photos of you getting walked into the police station. And it's something that you usually aren't allowed to do for anyone who's under 18, who's a minor, or you wouldn't do it because, you know, you don't want that photo out there because it can hurt you. It can legit, essentially, it's that stamp that, other than a mugshot, which not everyone just has access to, it's that stamp that you committed crime, especially when it's filmed by the news and shit like that. So he said, I'm gonna start perp walking your kids and releasing their information, all that shit. And he started doing it because these kids, there's crazy ass the amount of threats, school shooting type threats in Florida have just gone through the roof this year since school started. And this one kid, I thought you were talking about him. He had been talking to his kids saying he's gonna shoot the school up and stuff. And they arrested him, perp walked and raided his crib, and found mad 3D printed, mad toy guns.
It might have been the same thing.
It might have been the same thing. But yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. What is safe? I don't know.
You know what makes me sad? I was talking with my coworker today. We were saying San Francisco is just not what it used to be. I used to love San Francisco, but I feel like nowadays it's pretty dangerous.
I seen that they were because I watch a sports show every morning, and they were getting at Oakland because the Oakland A's are leaving this season.
They're leaving the city.
Yeah, they're going to Las Vegas.
Oh wow!
So now that means that Oakland has lost the Warriors, which used to be the basketball team used to be the Oakland Warriors. Now it's the Golden State Warriors. They lost the Raiders to Vegas.
Did they?
Yeah, Raiders are now they're now the Las Vegas Raiders instead of Oakland Raiders. Yeah, and now that the season's over, they just lost the Oakland A's, which are going to Vegas. So you're not lying about that area of California. It's definitely not what it used to be in general.
That's sad.
Just the northern part of Cali.
Yeah.
I haven't been to I haven't been to the Bay Area like that in a while, but
ever since COVID, I feel like there's been so much theft, and that's all I see when I associate with San Francisco nowadays.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see just a lot of areas that were thriving 4 years ago, 5 years. I'll say 5 years ago at this point, like 2019.
Do you think Hollywood's gonna? I mean, Hollywood was never very glitz and glamour.
Well, I talked to someone who works in Hollywood recently, and she told me that even though this writer strike is been fixed or whatever, shit is not sweet out here.
Yeah.
Shit is still fucked up out here.
I mean,
hardcore.
I think the homeless problem in LA is just so bad that I feel like those areas are just never gonna be able to be what they were, because people are literally living in the street.
Well, we're gonna see something change in 2028. So something's gonna happen in 4 years.
Why do you say that?
Because the Olympics. By the time the Olympics come here, granted, it might only be
they're gonna build a stadium, like,
that's what I'm saying,
at the Balboa Reservoirs.
So it might only be the Olympics might only be out here for a month, but
bro,
money that it's going to bring, you'll see businesses within the next couple of years. Because what I imagine is that the price on properties that people have their eye on, they're going to let drop within the next year or two because no one wants them and they're too expensive. And then they're going to scoop everything up and prep it get it ready for that, so they can cash in around that time. And you'll see it go crazy for that from then on. But hopefully it'll stay. The money will stay around. I don't know if it'll continue to stay after the Olympics, but I think there's no way this shit is going to stay like this by 2028.
I just know that that's not far from here.
It's not.
And I hope that they renovate that area just for the Olympics.
Dude, think about that building downtown. I got drone shots from that building downtown, that skyscraper that's covered in graffiti.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
That shit is crazy.
They're going to talk about that in history. That's going down in LA history.
Yeah. And it's still covered in graffiti. I drove by it not too long ago. I drive by it to go home from here.
No one's cleaning that shit. No.
They had to someone's paying because they had to build the gates that you can no longer just throw the mat over, because that's what people were doing. They had the barbed wire, but you can just throw a carpet over that shit and just hop over. And so that's how, and people pretty much occupied it from head to toe. And now they have a squad car sitting out front, and they renovated the gates so you can't do that anymore. They made them higher.
But it's still covered in graffiti.
It's still covered in graffiti, the building, but at the same time, they're still paying for that cop service. Mm-hmm. That's not free. Right. That shit is not free.
That's what they could afford.
So they can afford to have a cop station out there 24/7.
Or maybe it is free.
I don't think so.
The city might do it.
The city made them do that. The city made them do what they did as far as...
the city's making them.
Yeah, the city's like, yo, you can't have people living in this building. This is not safe. This is a fuck... Yo, if anyone gets hurt in that shit, that's a lawsuit on your fucking hands. It's a lawsuit on your fucking hands. The homie who used to work with me, this nigga was in there tatting and shit. Like, it's crazy. His work's in there. I was like, yo, I gotta shoot it. So I threw my drone up.
So you have to climb in there if you want to get a tat from him?
No. It wasn't not tattoo. He was like doing art on the wall.
Oh, I thought you said he was giving tattoos in
but people were grilling in there. They were cooking and shit like that. Homeless people were living in the entire place.
Dude, I seen this video today. It's so crazy. These people, they found this abandoned like building or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And long story short, is that my phone? Oh yeah, I'll show you after the pod. But they have this device, and it makes like an ancient war cry. And
like a scream.
It sounds terrifying. It literally sounds like a scream. And they play it, and like these people are exploring this abandoned place. But then when you go into the basement, there's no lights. You have to climb down a ladder, and then you're in this basement.
And you could just like see the little circle on the floor illuminated from the hole.
So like these people have that thing, and then they see like 2 other people coming in. So they're just like sneaking around. They're filming them. Like they have no idea we're watching them. Like it's just like they have the text over the video, right?
Oh, we need to see this.
And they're like walking around through the thing, and then they see them climb down into the ladder into the basement. So they go down the stairs. Like, oh, they're done. And then they're in the dark. He's like, should I do it? And then, the people are just like exploring like in this dark ass.
They can't see anything.
And then they pull out this thing, and it's just this loud ass. Like, and it echoes through the thing, and they look at you see them look at each other, and then they just like climb up the ladder.
Yeah, no,
bro.
So they never show where that noise came from.
They show the little thing.
Like they were making the sound.
Oh, they were making the sound.
But the other people didn't know.
They didn't know. People didn't know. Okay.
It actually was crazy. The sound gave me shivers.
Bro, I'm just going to play the sound and you'll already know what I'm saying. Wait, listen to this. Wait, it sounds crazy over the mic. We'll play.
That shit sounds insane. Bro, that sounds crazy.
And it's echoing through the fucking darkness. I would be so scared.
Oh man.
And then they're like, yeah, it's a crazy video. But that's a horrible prank.
All right, let's get to the nitty gritty.
The nitty ditty?
The nitty ditty.
Oh my god.
Another week.
No.
Another story. All right, so this book that was released about P Diddy, supposedly written by Kim Porter.
Kim's Lost Words. A Journey for Justice from the Other Side by Jamal T. Millwood for Kimberly A. Porter.
How many pages?
59.
59 pages.
And we're okay. We got some excerpts. Disclaimers. One of Kim Porter's final wishes was for this memoir diary to be made. Out of protection for certain parties and their potential criminal activity, some celebrity performers and events have been represented with X's due to their highly explosive nature. At some point in the future, this information will be revealed to the public. Regarding Kim's sudden death and the mysterious illness of Al B. Sure and Jamie Foxx, evidence does exist that points to foul play and or poisoning.
And this is for sure from her?
Well,
that's what I think they can't prove.
Like, we don't know as a public. Like, maybe
they say that bro was given this from someone who was given it specifically from Kim Porter, right? She wasn't given it from Kim Porter.
In this book, she talks about how she realized there's no way out. The way out is for me to start collecting information on him. So she said, just like what is being said is that he recorded everything, cameras all over the house. So she was taking footage, taking it out, making tapes, coming back in, and like did a whole bunch of it. So she's saying that she mentions 2 times in the book that people that she was close with died of pneumonia. Kim Porter ended up dying of pneumonia. And she also mentions that at some point P Diddy pisses in somebody's drink. I forget whose it was.
Fuck.
And that he just is like very clearly, and then she mentions like, okay, and it reminded me to never drink anything or eat anything after I've made him angry.
Oh my god.
So I don't know if this is real.
That's the issue with stuff like that, is you can't know if it's real or not. But then the more that, I mean, in the end of it, Diddy's going to deny anything that's said about him. Of course.
But like, I also think that at this point, we have to be honest. It's probably true. Maybe not this book perfectly, but in general, he's a scum. Like, I think that's like unanimous. Like, we see it. But
how do you feel? Because I saved a thread on Twitter about, and when you look at the photos, because they're uploading all the photos of the white parties that Diddy would have, and you start seeing you start seeing all the celebrities. So you see Paris Hilton. Let's see who you see: Chris Brown, Ashton Kutcher, Mariah Carey. This, I can't remember the name of this group. I think it's 3L, not 3LW.
But not all these people were doing heinous acts.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
He just had a lot of people there.
so
He had so many people there, and it's like, that's the thing that you want to think. Like, all right, there's just like you said. Oh, all those people didn't. The same way people we wanted to think prior to this that Diddy wasn't that kind of person.
yeah.
You know, you really don't. We don't know. I don't know any of these people.
You can't assume either way, but I do think that P Diddy, very much from the book and from everything I'm seeing online, is it doesn't really give the vibe that, like, he's obviously into having an open relationship, to being with men, to being with women, to being with multiple partners at the same time. Like, that's the bit, right?
Do you feel like it's a little gossipy in the book? Do you feel like it's like pulling at those that it'll pull at those strings for the people who want that level of?
I mean, it could be, but it could also be like very clearly an alignment of like what is being said about him. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's what I was. Sorry, I blacked out. But if that's the bit, is that's what he's into. If you're not into that, I don't think he's going to be having you around. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's either get with it or get out, based on she does say a story about him trying to make it past the Tupac, and Pac wasn't like into it.
Yeah.
So things like that, but also I think in general, just based off like how it works, like you can't just like, you have to be.
Have you seen that
with
clip
an
of
abuser?
him and Biggie, where Biggie's like rubbing his head on his shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Your skin's so soft."
Yeah, all the clips similar to that. So there was that one.
And then I just think back to that Big Papa lyric.
There was that one. Oh yeah, but they say Biggie had some wild ass lyrics. There was that one with him with Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson's like, "Yo, what the fuck, dog?" What
Oh yeah, he like moves his hand off his lap. That was crazy.
Yeah, Will Smith, allegedly very gay, very in the book.
Oh, I heard about that where
Oh, now we're getting gossipy.
where Kim says she's pregnant, and Diddy's like, she thought that Diddy was gonna be down for an abortion, but he's excited.
Oh yeah. Oh.
He was excited because he's like, "Oh, I'm excited you're pregnant now. I'm gonna call Kim and Jada because they're gonna want to have sex with you."
Yeah.
What?
And then he wanted her. Okay. That was, okay, two things that I did take away from the book that I was like, ah. So she mentions that he was into voodoo, that P. Diddy is into voodoo. And then she also mentioned that was basically they were trying to take, he wanted them to take energy from her while she was 9 months pregnant.
What the fuck?
That explains Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith's so weird.
Dog, what? That's a wild.
If this is true, if this stuff in the book is true, can you imagine?
Does it change all those hits that Will has? All the hits.
Could you imagine if this is let's say this is true, and you're Will Smith or Diddy, and you're reading in the book, you're like, what the fuck? You're pissed.
I can't believe she exposed this. No one will believe this.
Or are you more like, no one's gonna believe it? You're gonna be, or do you feel comfortable being able to discredit that book because of the way it's released and all that?
It's interesting, right? Because people have been saying things about Diddy for so long, but I think everyone just didn't take it seriously.
Yeah, I think it's just like Harvey Weinstein or anybody who has multiple allegations against them, like, I don't always think that it's just lies. You know,
which is fair.
I'm more inclined to believe them.
But we are getting to that point with Diddy, which we get to with a lot of people, where it comes to that point where where there might be that line drawn in the sand, regardless of, because it's gonna get that guilty area is gonna get gray once stuff gets to court. And evidence gets presented and testifies happen and Diddy's presenting his side and you hear his side of the story and stuff like that. That's when people are like, oh, is this exactly true? Did it go down like this?
Do you think we're going to see his trial live?
I don't know if it'll be live, but I know we'll get people in there and giving a play-by-play for sure. Mm-hmm. They were doing that. They've been doing that for every. Yeah, not even the drawing pictures, just people just talking about it after. There's people who built a podcast off of doing Tory Lane's trial, doing Young Thug's trial. Like, there's people who just cover that shit nonstop and just Young Thug's trial. You can watch that shit on the news, but that shit is a fucking shit show. Honestly, everything going on in Young Thug's trial. But this right here, I don't know. That'd be crazy if it does. But realistically, though, most people are saying that it might not even go to trial. He'll end up doing like some type of plea or some type of shit. He's not.
He'll snitch.
I think he's facing federal crime. I don't think that I don't think they'll just let him get off. I think they'll testify, or they'll
maybe not necessarily snitch, but plead guilty to some stuff. Like, say you did it type shit. That's what, like, you can plead out to. Like, yes, all right, I did it.
Like, we don't need to open the nitty gritty.
We don't need to go to the crime. Yeah, I did this stuff. Like, we don't need to go to court for it. And as long as you can, but
it seems like his lawyer's trying to fight back already.
Of course, he's getting paid. You know how much that motherfucker's probably getting paid, Kristen? You got to. Even if your main goal is to take some plea of some sort, you gotta stand strong. You can't come in there like, please give me a plea, because then they're gonna just abuse the fuck out of you and make you take responsibility for everything. He's got to show some level of standing on business so that he can get the best deal for himself. But yeah, I don't know if he'll need to snitch. All his crimes, I feel like he can take full responsibility for. Like, he won't need to, like, it won't be a thing of him snitching. It'll be a thing of him just being like, all right, yeah, I did these things. Because you see how there's not really anyone else involved in this. It's just really people just coming at Diddy.
Bro,
well, so far.
He does have this one lyric. He says, hey, yo, call me Diddy. I run this city. Send the cops, the feds, and the DA to come get me. Cats want to leave me for dead. You coming with me. That sounds like a snitch to me.
I don't know.
That boy telling.
He might, but that's the thing. Who would he tell on other people who just did it as well? He might be the top dog that they want, because you've been granted. Yes, you can tell on people who were with you, but you were providing everything.
This is my thing, though, Sam. Do they even need him to say anything if they have everything?
All the tapes. And then at the same time, what if the tapes prove that shit wasn't, and that it was all, what if tapes prove everything was consensual? Or just show a level, not even necessarily prove it, but just show a level of consent.
I just don't think that you would have so many people speaking out and so many people that seem troubled, like
Aubrey O'Day.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber, I don't think he said anything.
I know he hasn't said anything,
but I think he's going to come forward. I think he's going to.
I don't think Justin Bieber's going to come forward. There's certain people who you see.
Yeah, that's tough, because it's like,
I don't see him coming forward.
I could see him testifying.
They made
He's
a father. He's a father.
I don't think he's doing that. They made a fake AI song with him singing about it.
I saw that. That was fucked up.
That was wild. But I don't see. I can see him never standing for.
Can you imagine being Justin Bieber and seeing that and just, bro? People are sick. Bro.
That shit's crazy. I heard that shit and I was like, at first I was like, "There's no way." And then I
had to check the comments. I was like, "There's no way this is real."
Yeah. Did he? Because it was a little bit of a banger. I feel like I would have been heard that shit. Like, we would have been heard that.
Yeah, we would have been,
because and realistically. My thing with it is, that song 10 years ago could have existed and no one would have thought anything weird of it. Mm-hmm. Because of how people thought of Diddy parties way back when.
Yeah, like, you want to go.
You want to go. You want to go to a Diddy party. So the way people thought about Diddy parties way back when, you wouldn't, if Justin Bieber released that song back, because that's why I had to check for it, because realistically,
that's valid.
It sounds like young Justin Bieber.
People would just talk about that.
Diddy party. So it sounds like young Justin Bieber. So that's why I thought it was an actual song that I just never heard, because years ago, I don't think anyone would have thought anything crazy of Justin Bieber saying something about doing something at a Diddy party.
I lost myself
at a Diddy party. Yeah, I lost myself at a Diddy party. Because
the first couple of lyrics, it's like questionable, but then the lyrics get too specific, and then that's when I was like, all right,
yes,
this is
yes, they get too specific. Yes, 100%.
But it's messed up. That's even.
Hey, AI is a fucking hell of a thing right now.
It's scary.
It's scary.
I use it though.
Of course, no. It's always gonna have its benefits, but
there's always a dark side to anything.
Of course, dude. Look at fucking
the dark web.
Yes. Look at politics. Look at how politics can unite a country to a degree and make it a mega power, but at the same time divide it to a degree that we look dumb as fuck every day on TV. To anyone and just imagine how the UK might be looking at us watching the news right now, watching fucking the debate between Kamala and Trump, just in general. But at the same time, they know for a fact they still need to fuck with us. They still need to do work with us, that's what I mean as far as something like that. It's a gift and a curse in it, almost But yeah, I don't know. That Kim Porter book is crazy. I think someone's running it up right now. That shit is selling like crazy, I think.
Well, okay, and that's I guess the last part of the book is she talks that I basically have been planning this, stealing the tapes, making tapes, writing this information because I feel like he's going to try to kill me. And then she was going to send it to all these people and they were going to have it. And
how did she die again?
Do this.
Do we know?
She died from pneumonia. So I guess there's medicine or pills
that can give it to
you can give somebody that kills them and gives them pneumonia symptoms type shit, I guess.
Wait, I want to talk about this though, because how does 50 Cent have 10 years of a documentary ready in the clip? It is
a little weird that 50's able to put out a doc so fast. Not gonna lie,
he probably has been plotting on his downfall.
That's the only thing I can imagine is 50 Cent's one of them niggas.
And he's just been paying attention.
Once you don't,
did they not rock with each other?
They've never. Yeah, well, they maybe used to back in the day, but they don't. They do not rock with each other.
50 doesn't seem like a type to play no games. I'm sure if he went there and saw some funny shit, he was like, "Nah, you're."
50 do not play no games. And if you cross him for life.
I respect 50.
I fuck with 50. This nigga's hilarious. And he's going in on Diddy right now. He did the baby or the Diddy.
Stop.
Oh my God.
Johnson.
Oh my God.
Wait, what did he do?
I'll show you the photo. This nigga 50 Cent.
Oh, he put the face on the bottle?
No, not even. He just remade that shit.
No.
This nigga 50 is fucking crazy.
Also, I think that not just P Diddy's going down. I think Jay-Z's going down too.
You think so?
I think so, yeah.
For what specifically?
I don't know. Same shit.
Diddy
oil.
It's a really cute photo.
Diddy oil, Johnson & Johnson.
It is a good photo.
Yeah, no, he did his. Yeah, for real. Diddy oil. This nigga don't give a. And that's why it's crazy, because you see this dude, 50 Cent, has 33 million followers, and then you look at his Instagram feed, and it's just as if he's just running it himself. Maybe he has his.
He probably is.
Maybe he has his PR agent have access to it to post whatever photos he on, but. The fact that you could just post this on your Instagram feed with 33 million followers, just did a Super Bowl a couple of years ago.
I'm dead that it says coming soon. LOL. He's crazy. That guy is unhinged.
He don't give a fuck. Yeah, his shit is legit and everything. This is insane.
I think he can only talk like that because that seems like someone that hasn't really done much to it bad in their career.
Who, as far as what, 50?
Yeah. I feel like he's made good decisions.
Always kept it 100, it seems like. Yeah. And regardless of any downfall he's might have had, he's always just kept it 100, which is really what you got to do in this industry.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But I thought that was hilarious.
That is crazy.
And if apparently it sold to Netflix, so
that's what I'm saying. He sold it to Netflix. When I seen that aspect of the story, I'm like, all right, well, if he's gonna sell it to Netflix, I know Netflix really don't play about their shit.
Yeah, that sounds like a bag. I feel like everyone's gonna tap into that.
Of course,
I'm gonna watch that.
I think just those names in general. When you hear 50 Cent made a documentary about Diddy that he's been working on for the past 10 years and then sold it to Netflix.
That's actually wild.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he was just waiting for for this to happen. He's like, push the button.
And here,
That's
Netflix,
wild.
you want first dibs on it?
It's gonna be 50 million.
50 million. Yo,
You want it or not? That's crazy.
fucking crazy. So
shout out 50 for.
And also, I don't know personally from what I've seen and looked up. I can't tell if those CEOs who've stepped down have any connection to Diddy. But for everything I see online, they say that you're going to see a mixed bag. It's going to be whatever agenda you believe. You're going to find stuff that supports it. Honestly,
It is.
Yeah,
It
that
is.
is
It is
true.
weird.
yes, it is weird. T.
I mean, aside from CEOs, I feel like it's other people too.
But also, the music industry is changing as well.
I just saw the mayor in New York got indicted.
What did he get indicted for, though?
I don't know.
But before we even...
It's just weird that all this is happening.
At the
What's
same
going
time,
on? The world's
is this
crumbling in front of our eyes.
There's no way all of this is connected to Diddy. There's no way.
Bro, what if it's just like a massive empire?
Okay,
like,
what if if it really
cleansing-
is the Illuminati?
Let's cleanse the world, yo.
And Diddy just has
Listen,
all the video footage of the Illuminati?
To be honest, the whole gag about the Illuminati is that they control you because they have sexual blackmail on you.
Yeah, so which is true. They have the tapes on you. So hold on, was Diddy was that his job in the Illuminati?
Okay, so if I had to guess the situation at hand, P Diddy is one of the main organizers for some part of it, like the community that he affects, like the people that love P Diddy that are coming to his party, like our generation. I feel like he is the ringmaster, but he's not the leader.
I could see that. Well, I could just see.
Okay. Also, what the people call boule.
Boule.
This is like that would be like his branch of the Illuminati.
Like what? Oh, his job within the Illuminati.
Like that. Like, yeah.
His role, essentially.
Because there's all the like different industries.
Yeah, of course. So he would be, hey, when us Illuminati members want to get together and have a party,
so
Diddy's the one.
You come to his house. He's recording everything that you've done. They get you messed up. They get, i.e. Justin Bieber, get you super fucked up, and then they get sexual blackmail on you, and then now you're a puppet, and now you have to do everything they say because you don't want to come out as like they got you drugged up and then got you laid next to like a little kid.
So then realistically, if this is true, I feel like Diddy should, if the tapes are getting revealed that have all the power, they're probably finding some way to get this motherfucker off scot-free, right?
No, I think that the powers that be are going to keep him in his place.
So they're
which
gonna
is below them.
Okay. He was maybe getting too powerful, or thought he was too powerful.
He's refusing to eat because he's afraid to get poisoned.
Yes, I seen that. I seen he's refusing to eat,
which is for two things. Probably because he knows that's what you do.
As far as how they take,
like that's like how you kill people without a trace.
Yeah.
But also what he's done, probably. Like if Kim Porter really didn't die of pneumonia, and they say that she had the same coroner as Michael Jackson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, because they have him on a suicide watch. Is he still on suicide watch, or he's not on suicide watch anymore?
I have no idea.
Because I heard what the conditions of suicide watch are, and it's horrible. As far as like the kind of cell they have you in, how you're not around anyone else, how eating, you don't have utensils, they don't give you utensils or anything like that. Strings. It's horrible. So
Bro, did you see this clip?
What is this?
I hate this clip.
If so, bump somebody. I love you, man. I got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get! Yes! What's next? What's not gonna stay fucking lying down. I'm not. I can't do that, man. I can't do that. What's next? Give me something else. What can't you do? I can do it. I can do anything.
Yeah, I seen that video, but I forgot what that was for though. That was for something stopped.
No, we're good.
Oh, I think that was for like a TV show there or something he was trying to do. I remember I've seen that video before.
Making the Band.
Is that what it was for?
I don't know if that's from Making the Band, but do you remember those times?
Yeah, I remember those times. I just watched him Making the Band stuff yesterday.
That was abusive what he was doing to them.
Yeah, but the issue is I think most people can't tell between, because a lot of that stuff was produced.
Yeah.
As far as just like making
act up.
Yeah, act up and all that stuff. Because, you know, it is a show where he is making a band, so it's got to have drama to a level of degree. But I don't know if he...
I honestly didn't really watch that show.
Only one I watched was the hip hop one. I didn't watch the singers.
I would watch the
singers.
one with Danity Kane.
Yeah, I never watched those ones. I only watched the hip hop one.
And Aubrey O'Day. I'm lagging.
Did you watch the hip hop one?
Making the Band?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, the hip hop one was fire. Also very. The hip hop one was entertaining, to say the least. It was very hood, like some hood shit, for sure. Like dudes were just fighting in the house. Like if you rewatch any of those videos, but
my favorite of those shows was Jersey Shore for sure. That show was so entertaining.
So did you not? So damn. So you didn't understand the reference? Did you ever watch the Dave Chappelle show when he made fun of him?
Of course, bro. I watched you go to take a picture of a midget holding these balloons, holding these balloons, holding these balloons.
That's why I'm so. But you. So then you had to.
Cookie man.
So then you had to have watched some of Making the Band to understand some of the.
No, bro.
So you didn't understand any of the reference?
I might have seen some clips or something.
Dylan.
That's what I'm saying.
Sugar Cookie Man.
You never seen Dylan? You never like actually seen Dylan?
No.
Oh my god, that's what was so funny.
5 greatest rappers of all time: Dylan.
You gotta
they spit hot fire.
You gotta watch the show because essentially Diddy puts together, because most other Making the Bands were like an R&B group, whether female or male. This one was just like a weird group of rappers. It was like 3 guys, 1 female singer, and then 1 Jamaican artist who was Dylan. This is a rap group called The Band. And I'm like, that's why it was like oddly entertaining, but at the same time, it's like, this is the most weirdest. It didn't even make sense. Like, you have one girl who's just singing the hooks, but like, where's her solo songs at? Then you have this one random Jamaican artist, and then even out of the rappers, you had a dude from New York who was like a spitter, similar to like Jadakiss.
You just be rapping it.
Who had bars. Then you had the chick from like the Bronx or Brooklyn or whatever. He was
trying to make the Black Eyed Peas, bro.
Maybe, or
that's what he was trying to do.
And then you had these 2 artists who were from the South. It was just the weirdest group ever. So I just watched like some of their music videos the other day, and I was just like, damn, this was weird as fuck.
Was it bad?
It was just like, it legit didn't make any sense, because you had the girl singing the hooks, then all these rappers, and then at the very end of the song, you had Dylan come up and just start spitting reggae like hot fire. This dude. That's why you got to watch the show. Actually, it's worth it.
All right.
At least to watch Dylan for the Dylan clips, because he was like that. That's the issue. This motherfucker swore he was the best out of the whole group.
That is so funny, bro.
And you're like, bro, you're not even in a Jamaican group. You're in a rap group, and you're the Jamaican artist. So it's just like, that shit made no sense, honestly.
And did it make him walk like all the way across the Brooklyn Bridge to go get him some cheesecake?
Yeah, he did.
Like take a really.
But those are one of the things that apparently, when you seen interviews from them after, they say was one of the things that was like, quote unquote, produced. Like, hey. Because you had cameras following him the whole time. I doubt you had a cameraman being like, all right, Diddy, like, you know, like, so like, you got to, all that stuff with the show is hard to, you know, like just take at face value, I think. Because motherfuckers were, it sucks when it's like, you see people who are early in their career who want to make something of themselves, so they might be working for a monster. And so they just put up with shit.
Yep.
And
Dude,
I think everyone does that to a degree. Maybe not when I say working for a monster, but just working for someone who might not deserve you.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts. It's sad, man. I mean, we seen
for an opportunity.
The Nickelodeon documentary, and that
oh my god, this misogyn ass creep. This motherfucker just misogyn.
You know, the same producers are making another Diddy one.
They're making another Diddy. Making a Diddy doc.
This is
the same people who made that one.
The same people that made that, and they're gonna have people come on there and speak out. I mean, dude, exposing the truth, man. I think it's probably healing for a lot of people. You know, like if Justin Bieber, I look at it like this, man. If Justin Bieber were to come out and say that, it would change his life forever. But it's like, for him, maybe it would be a release, trauma release, you know? But also at the same time, you gotta imagine how embarrassing or like shameful he must feel. You know what I mean?
Or it might, I think about every aspect, because I think about those, of course, but at the same time, I think about either what if nothing insane happened with him, or what if he enjoyed that shit? And he's looking back and he's seeing someone get crucified for shit that he's like. I think
that Diddy has probably blackmail.
No, I'm saying just in general. Like, what if Bieber? So you see how Bieber is silent about that shit, and it's not just him, not just hop on Bieber. There's a lot of people who are. Majority of people aren't saying anything unless they're asked.
He was a kid.
He was a kid.
At the end of the day, I think that's the bigger thing, is that this started happening when he was a minor, and he was groomed into the situation. And when you're in a situation, man, sometimes you're brainwashed. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure he was a master manipulator, clearly, by all his connections and how he was moving
and threatening you, like literally
blackmail, bro. He's got videotapes of you doing heinous things, like, oh, we'll release this to the public, and you know, people are drugged up. Like, bro, that's some serious shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably not easy to know that someone has that type of power over you and then want to speak out because you're scared. You know what I mean? Like, they threaten your family. Bro, Kid Cudi was saying he blew up his car.
Yeah, he definitely said he blew up his car, but that's something he's getting charged with. The other stuff, I don't see him getting charged with that shit. The only stuff he's getting charged with is the sex trafficking.
It's only the beginning,
I
though.
think because he's experiencing a federal crime versus like just the state of New York or just California, that it's all the information has already been collected.
Yeah,
they have
he tried
the
to
truth,
flee,
and they have a good case, and that's why they're pulling him now. You know what I mean?
Do you remember when he set up that flight and wasn't even on the plane to just fake people out? Remember when he did that shit?
But he was just chilling. I think he was still in Miami.
But he just sent the plane for no reason.
I think that might be I don't know. That's some rich people shit.
Test the waters?
Yeah, that's some rich people shit. I don't know. I don't have that kind of ability to just send a plane, because even sending
that's expensive, dog.
Yeah, it's expensive, and on top of that, you are testing the waters, because look at when he sent the plane, he got to see how people were even watching him. Look at it was on the news everywhere. It was trending, bro. I think it could have. I think it was definitely a test.
Or maybe he was trying to distract them while he made moves. You know what I mean? Make you think that I'm on this plane, and then I'm gonna go get something done. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I think that's why they the feds finally just arrested him, because he was trying to do stuff,
snake shit,
or just apparently he had hit up one of the witnesses, or someone who was supposed to be a witness a bunch of times, someone who he's supposed to not be contacting. He hit them up.
Do you think he has no contact with he's not taking phone calls or visitors?
He can't right now. He can't see anyone or anything like that other than his lawyer, his representation, I think. So,
which I'm sure he's giving messages to his people, and he's a for sure, bro.
I would imagine anyone
who's got a lawyer that's gonna
anyone who's close to him, I think. But I don't think Diddy needs at this point needs to talk to anyone other than the people who are gonna help him get out of that situation that he's in right now, which is, I think, his lawyer, and that's it. Really,
he's probably pulling strings through the lawyer, though. If he's got that type of power, you know what I mean?
What kind of strings do you... Because right now, the only string he can pull to do anything from that he would need is to get a bond. He wasn't able to get a bond and get bail. He wasn't able to get out of jail. He's locked up right now. So whatever strings are getting pulled in the background aren't doing anything for him. So that's why I'm like, maybe he's exhausted all that and he has to sit down. He has to sit down and accept what comes next.
Do you think he's going to be in prison for a long time?
No, not super duper long. Maybe long in his time just because he's an older man. So time is, moves a lot faster. So it might be,
he's
not
50.
Let's see how old did he
Let me
is.
see. 54 years.
So yeah, I mean, if he did a decade, if he did 10 years, that'd be crazy. I don't think he's doing 10 years, but I think he's going to do some time. Even if it ends up being time served, him just waiting to go to trial, and he ends up waiting to go to trial for like a year in jail or something like that, a couple years, which I don't think will take that long. But I just think he's going to have to sit down, like for sure.
Yeah, we'll see, man.
I just wonder.
They got R. Kelly.
I just wonder. Yeah, they got all the top dogs who
Bill Cosby.
You would think all the top dogs you would think are untouchable, who are connected, well connected like that. You would think they wouldn't, and they all got.
Sheesh.
I just wonder who else is like, because clearly it's more than just Diddy on those tapes. Will we see other people go down for this?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a while. If this turns out to be something bigger than what it is already, I think this is gonna be probably one of the biggest moments in entertainment.
But if you see something that you wouldn't expect to see, how are you gonna take it? How are you gonna take it if you see?
Does it ruin all the content?
Yes.
Music, movies from.
We just got through talking about stuff that Justin Bieber experienced. If you see something on the tape where he's doing something consensually that you wouldn't expect him to be doing, well, how are you going to feel about that?
It makes me feel sad because I used to hate on that one song where he like randomly made a religious song, the Holy Song.
Who?
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber? Oh.
I always thought that.
No one gave
I always
a
thought he was
shit.
like appropriating with that song. Like it was just weird. And then, but now I'm looking back.
Or not even to take it off of him, just anybody you rock with. Because I just showed you a bunch of photos of people who be at Diddy parties. If you see some wild Ashton Kutcher shit, some wild Leonardo DiCaprio shit.
I think this will change the celebrity landscape and the people that we idolize.
One thing it's already changed that I think is going to dead is that fly out situation. Dudes aren't going to be flying girls out anymore because that's technically sex trafficking.
Yeah.
A girl can now technically, not to say that girls are doing that, but if a girl feels any type of way after that and says anything type of shit, you were sex trafficking. If you fly a girl out with the intention of having sex with her, that's sex trafficking, which is illegal.
So crazy.
And that's something that was extremely common.
It makes sense though.
Yes, it makes sense, but it's like it was something that's teased. You know that's something that doesn't sound insane to you. Like when you hear it, if you heard your homie did that, like that wouldn't sound.
I mean, Kristen, you have friends that have done that, right?
Yeah, I have friends that fly people out.
Like that's not. I don't think anyone of our generation or younger that's going to sound crazy too.
Because the reality is, when you fly somebody out, it's kind of a gamble, right? I mean, unless you're a rapist.
Well, that's the energy behind it. Is one. Yes, you might not be a rapist, but that girl can say, even though she didn't give you that vibe at all, she felt pressured because you paid for her flight to Hawaii and took her to dinner and all this shit. Even though she didn't voice it or anything like that, she could say she felt pressured to have sex with you.
Yeah.
That's what's dangerous about that shit. And that right there is within itself. But mainly this law apparently is more or less to protect the women that are getting flown out, who might actually be getting trafficked. That's why the law is so ambiguous and so like loose and not really defined, is because it is supposed to protect the women who are getting trafficked. Because those women in the background might have a pimp you might be talking to her thinking you're talking to her in her DMs and you're talking to the pimp. Crazy. And you fly her out and for the weekend with all that shit, and when she gets back, she gives bro all the money that she made from you, type shit.
That's so crazy.
It's really to protect those girls, shit like this. But yeah, if you fly a girl out and with intent to have sex, even if y'all are cool and she's willing, that is sex trafficking, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna change a lot of shit, because NBA players do that on a regular basis. I'm sure.
Man,
I'm sure
the
NBA
plot thickens. They're about to start cracking down on it, as they should.
On both sides, yeah. Maybe the law might start cracking down, but on the other side, as far as the people who participate in that lifestyle, they're gonna have to start cracking down in the sense of, hey, more tight-lipped shit. Do
we think Oprah's evil?
Oof.
You think so? You think? What do you?
No, I'm asking.
Do you? I don't think. Oprah, if I found out, I wouldn't be crazy. If I found out Oprah was evil, it'd be like the equivalent of me finding out Ellen was mean. You know,
think Ellen's evil?
But remember what happened, Kristen? Like a year or so ago,
people were saying she was super mean. Yeah,
that she was a bitch. I've heard that she's a bitch from people that worked with her.
She's a lesbian female, like who's like a strong lesbian. That honestly. That's what I mean. Like, that wasn't surprising to me.
Yeah.
That show that she had didn't seem like it was authentically Ellen.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I'll say the same for Oprah.
She was like holding back on the show.
I just think she was that was her on TV.
A
character. And so when you say that about Oprah, if I was to find out Oprah was like, I'm trying to think who I can compare her to. That's like evil, but like someone who is maybe not, let's say maybe even that she, no, I'm not gonna say trunk,
like a P Diddy.
Not P Diddy evil's like that's different. That's like, I don't think she's abusive, but I could see her.
You don't think she would be involved in any of the stuff happening?
I don't know. That's a hard one. That's
maybe not like sexual.
She's never given me even those party type vibes, because you know how you never see her at that shit.
Dog,
you've never seen like a photo of Oprah.
Does
like,
it change things if Kevin Hart is involved?
Oof.
I've heard. Is that I've heard
he sold all of his. He got rid of all of his.
He closed like multiple restaurants that he.
I've seen that, but is that because they suck? Because I've heard they was not good.
We don't know.
I heard they weren't good.
He was also close with Diddy.
It's vegan burgers. I know y'all ain't fucking with no vegan burgers.
It just doesn't make sense. Why are you making a burger if you're vegan? Just don't even make a burger. Do something else.
Yeah, just why? Yeah, facts. Why are you trying to make a fucking burger? That shit's so annoying. Yeah. But y'all never went there? I would drive by one regularly. And it was always an empty parking lot. It was always an empty parking lot.
Well, maybe because...
Well, it's going to be, I guess, indefinitely.
No, it's going to turn into something else. Maybe like a Blockbuster.
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 No. What was I going to say? Oh, the McDonald's prices, bro. I saw that they went up. Like a large fry is almost $6.
That's crazy.
That's insane. Because McDonald's is, in my opinion, like bottom of the barrel food. So we're paying premium prices.
For what specifically? How much is a Big Mac now?
Let me see.
Price of
I'm going to guess like $9.
That's a lot?
For one sandwich from McDonald's.
Big Mac.
McDonald's
Big Mac. $5.99 for a Big Mac. That's pretty cheap for a Big Mac. $5.99.
And I feel like, how much was it before? Like $2
for a Big Mac. That's a lot of sandwich. That's 3 pieces of bread and 2 pieces of meat.
But you can go to In-N-Out and get actual real meat.
That's real meat. This is real meat.
That ain't real. The buns aren't real.
The buns are real. That's
Nothing
real buns.
Nothing rots.
These buns are real.
That shit's plastic, bro.
Nah, these buns are
plastic.
Real. These buns are real.
I don't trust McDonald's.
Shredded 100% beef patty, shredded lettuce,
Cap,
Big Mac sauce,
I've never had a Big Mac.
You've never had a Big Mac? Damn, you're missing out.
Yeah, I swear.
You're missing out. Enriched.
Am I though?
Yeah, of course. Big Mac bun?
He said, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Kristen, have you ate Big Macs?
No, I've never had one.
Really?
If I had one, it was like once.
Do we need to like
I'd say try Big Mac for sure.
make it content our first Big Mac?
Yeah. I'm surprised you never had a Big Mac when you was younger, T. When you was a teenager, so you never had a Big Mac?
Fuck McDonald's, bro. No cap.
Why? Because
it was Wendy's. It was Wendy's for sure.
All right, fuck Wendy's. What the fuck are you talking about?
What?
You are bugging out here.
That spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's, bro. You're
talking about a chicken sandwich. We're talking about burgers. You're talking about a chicken sandwich.
Chicken
I wasn't eating
Chick-fil-A's
burgers, dog.
That, which is fair. That's fair.
Like, I think my first like real like fast food burger, because I would always just go for the chicken sandwich.
Yes. Then what are you talking about?
I was eating McDonald's. What
were you eating outside of that?
Outside of chicken sandwiches?
Just fast food in general.
Pizza.
Anything else?
I love pizza.
Which is fire.
Chicken nuggets.
From where?
The dinos.
Not the frozen. The frozen ones.
Yeah.
No. I meant like a fast food. Like, were you eating other like fast food restaurants?
It was Burger King, Wendy's.
So you
Jack
had
in the Box.
So you had
Jack in the Box, bro. Jack in the Box chicken strips hit different back in the day.
I keep saying naming chicken stuff. I'm talking about. I'm trying to find some burger where you've gotten burgers from. Where have you had what is the Whopper? The Whopper is from
Never
Burger
had a
King.
Whopper.
So what did you get at Burger King?
Chicken sandwich.
All right, so then your opinion is not valid in this conversation if you're talking about chicken sandwiches all these places.
No, it's facts, bro. I'm telling you, I didn't eat burgers.
Yeah.
No, what a Rally burger would do it for me.
That's one place I've never been is Rally's.
I don't know what it is that they're doing, but it's
Are there Rally's around
beautiful
here?
thing. Yes, there's one in Inglewood by the stadium.
Bro, you can
There used to be one in Glendale. It's closed now.
We have frozen Rally fries.
That you bought at a...
Have you ever had Rally fries?
Bought at like a store?
Yeah,
Yes.
you can buy them at the store.
Checkers?
No, I've never had Rally's fries.
Have you ever been to Rally?
No, I've never been to a Rally's. There's no... I don't think there's a Rally's in Boston.
Dude, I feel like him and...
I don't think there's a Rally's in Boston.
area... Is that... Adriana, sorry.
Adriana, what are you doing here?
I feel like they would have mad fun in Ohio.
You know what I was thinking earlier while you guys were talking? Was what if we did a tour where we went to like Ohio and like Boston? Had fun for like 2 days I like show you like the cool fun things to do. And then we go to Boston and then we go to Louisiana and it would be new for all of us.
Louisiana would be.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Bro, get some good catfish.
Oh my god, the seafood down there is supposed to be fire, right? I feel like I haven't had like great catfish like cooked like how it's supposed to be. Like,
dog, my dad growing up, we would he would have the deep fryer in the backyard and he'd be out there just deep frying catfish. Bro, it was bussin'. I grew up eating.
Hold on, you have a deep fryer here?
No, I threw that shit out because
it was no good.
Bro, it was just filthy. You ever seen a deep fryer?
No.
Like that's not maintained very well?
It was like looking kind of crazy.
It looked wild, bro.
How much do those cost? We gotta get one. I want to deep fry stuff.
Look at him getting excited.
Yeah. Are they expensive?
We probably could have cleaned it with like a power
you
wash.
can also like deep fry stuff on your stove, but
that stuff looks hard to do.
It actually is dangerous.
Yeah,
because oil and fire. Because ours is a gas stove.
That shit looks fucking like annoying to do.
Let's see what the deep fryer is hitting for.
Yeah, how much deep fry here? How much
$58
in for that overnight shipping?
Something like this, like 120.
120 is not bad.
This is like what I had.
Could it hold the whole catfish? Okay. Oh damn! So we could do like
you just throw the catfish in there, drop it in. Bro, it's buzzing.
And you like flour it? You like put the flour?
Oh yeah, bro. Batter it up.
That sounds legit.
Oh man,
that
would be fun.
I'm down.
Honestly though, yeah, it's just,
I'm surprised Ninja hasn't made one.
I'm sure they probably got some.
You know, Ninja makes everything.
What's this brand called? A Diddy?
No, it's not.
Fry Diddy?
No, it is not a fried Diddy.
Fried Daddy.
Fried Daddy.
Oh, it was close.
It's close. Fried Daddy.
Yo, try some Diddy fries.
Diddy fries.
That's hilarious. No, enough on Diddy.
Yeah, for real. For real. Rest in peace. I want to say rest in peace to is it Marcellus Williams?
I believe so.
Yeah, they put in the they executed him. Was it yesterday? Yeah, I still haven't. I wanted to go through the evidence, honestly, just to see like how people could. Was it that in the gray area where they didn't want to overturn it? Because the way they made it seem like the evidence proving him guilty was just non-existent. And
yeah, I don't know enough.
I don't know
about
how.
It.
Yeah, that's my issues. I
didn't
know.
Didn't have the capacity to like extend this like anguish.
It just comes to show you that there's so much going on in other places of the world that we're just not tapped into.
Yeah, he was one of the people who Kim Kardashian was trying to set free
it's
when
horrible.
she was in that little movement.
It's horrible. Just shows that our justice system is fucked up. Like,
but apparently, aside from him, there's 3 other people getting put to death this week, and one of them, he was the only one who was like, hey, like when I looked at the stories, he was the only one who was like, this guy looked like he was innocent, didn't look like he deserved. The other 2 were like wild stories, honestly.
Like there should be more time. If more evidence comes out, there should be more time.
That's what it's supposed to be, but he had hit that limit, Kristen.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know enough about the situation.
That's what I want to know. I know.
In general, the death penalty is like a crazy.
Capital punishment is a little weird. It is when it comes to like, hey, does the government deserve the right to put you to death?
It kind of gets scary because then it's like, when do you stop? Does it become easier? To do this? Does it become more accepted, and then we're just like putting people down?
Well,
as opposed to serving a life sentence, which obviously costs more money to live a life sentence.
And then we get into pre-crime, like Minority Report. I mean, they're arresting you before you do crimes because they're like, "Oh, we're predicting that you're gonna commit a crime."
That's actually crazy. Not
have you seen that movie?
Yeah, pre-crime.
But even let's go back in time to when you're first starting a civilization and you just have the first murder.
Yeah, and you can't prove anything.
Not even. Let's say you have let's say you're just starting a civilization. You got 80 to maybe 200 people in your civilization. And you have your first murder. You know, bro did it.
It's like, what do we do with you?
What do we do with you?
Probably exile you.
You can come back and kill one of us again.
Yeah.
Facts.
Even the first capital punishment, Chris, when it like that idea is extremely insane. What you're saying is true. Like, when is enough? Does it eventually balance itself out because people are afraid to get killed? Like, it's weird. And then what T said, how do you prove when's the first, hey, we don't know if he did it or not.
Yeah, bro.
We don't have the evidence to prove that he did it or not. We just came in and saw him standing over his wife crying. Like, it's all those aspects are crazy with that shit. So yeah, with something like this, like I would like to look more and see like how they could look at the evidence, find him. Because one of the people who was in the jury tried to say like, yo, no, I think the evidence was presented wrong. He wanted to change his opinion and shit like that. Like, it's fucking crazy.
That is wild.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
So are we going to Fyre Festival too, or what?
No.
People already bought their tickets, right? I feel like it's gonna be hard to actually.
Yeah, it looks like it's a ticket.
I hope he scams them again.
If he scams them again, I don't think he will this time.
I hope he
unfortunately,
scams them and it's in the fine print that like to be expected.
I feel like unfortunately this time it might be lit.
Like to the point where you're like, damn, I missed out.
Not that I missed out, because I don't think it was 500. It's 500 for the tickets, and then to even stay on the island, the package is another like
$1,400. So so like you're talking what over $2,000, which is not crazy for us, especially for us. It won't be as crazy because to get to Mexico and stuff like that.
Then you got to pay for everything there.
Drinks, yeah,
food.
Exactly. So you're talking at least even for just like, because the cheapest ticket was $500. So even if you're looking for just the minimum package of everything, which I hope that's what I'm saying. I hope it does go off without a hitch, and someone reviews it and does do the minimum. I would like to see because that would be something that I feel like, hey, I'll save up for. If I don't have to, because the VIP package I think they were offering was like $1 million,
which is insane.
It's insane, but they already sold out of the $1 million packages.
Wow.
They had over 100 applicants.
I heard about that.
And they only had like what, eight spots?
I think it was like 8. That's insane.
It's fucking crazy. Because at the same time, like nowadays, the people who could even pay for that $1 million spot might be a douchebag, might be a fucking annoying person. Because he's saying the dude who hosted it the first time is saying like, yo, if you buy the $1 million ticket, you'll be like scuba diving with me and shit like that. What if it's someone you don't even want to hang out with? He's annoying as fuck. He just wants to ask you all the questions about Fyre Festival 1 and shit like that.
Bro, if it actually happens and they continue to do that, I feel like that first Fyre Festival is just gonna go down in its history as like, yo.
They have apparently on the menu. They have like a cheese sandwich. The cheese sandwich that's like supposed to be like an homage to the photo that came out.
So fucking funny. We'll see.
The cheese sandwich was crazy.
That photo was wild. T. I went back to that shit. That photo is fucking crazy, dude.
That documentary was wild.
It was crazy. But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie. So I watched.
Bro, this looks like a hospital food.
That cheese sandwich is wild.
Look at this, Kristen. Look at that.
Wow, I remember that. My girl Rachel had tickets to go to the Fyre Festival.
Did she?
Nah, she didn't. She went?
No, she didn't go. She had tickets
because that's the thing. It was a storm.
Yes, exactly.
It was a storm that fucked up the island and all that shit. So. For people who wanted to get there early, all the people who ended up there were people who wanted to get there early.
Yeah.
There was people who had tickets who were going to get there late, who lucked out and did not end up going. But to end up with that cheese sandwich and you got a VIP package.
Crazy.
It was jiggling and wiggling.
Oh, all right. We got the mic fixed.
Yeah.
No more bouncing around.
I think honestly, we'll end up at. I can see us ending up at a future Fyre Festival. Maybe not this one, but
I want to see it play out.
Yeah, see it play out, and if it plays out right, yo, $500 is. I think if you save up and you know what you're going to and get involved in,
but you still have to pay for the room, so it's not $500.
No, yeah, the ticket's $500. But the thing about what you're paying for, it's an island that only holds like what do you say, like 3,000 people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you're really going somewhere that has an exclusive vibe to it, regardless. Right. So I think if it, like you said, if it goes off without a hitch,
and becomes a new Diddy party, it's just the new Diddy.
Hey, 1,000 bottles of baby oil
on that island. 3,000 people, 100,000 bottles.
Shut up.
Oh shit.
100,000 bottles.
Oh shit.
Oh, I want to watch Blink Twice.
Blink Twice. What's Blink Twice?
They said that it's directed by Zoe Kravitz, and people are kind of speculating that it's like loosely based off of like Diddy and like a white party and like
I'm down to watch this.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, they have it playing at the movie theater. Tomorrow.
And tomorrow what theater?
The one right here?
Yeah, they got the AMC.
A Thursday movie's crazy though.
Oh, they got it on YouTube for $3.99.
$3.99. Yeah, it's an Amazon movie.
It is an Amazon movie.
Wait, so I thought you could see Amazon movies for free. You can buy any ticket to an Amazon movie on Amazon. It's free with your
to the theater. If it's playing in theaters,
if it's an Amazon movie and it's playing in theaters, you can get a free ticket.
So
if
Amazon does that, that's how you get a customer right there.
They 100%. How do you get free Amazon tickets?
That's how you get a customer Amazon, because I do not have the fucking Amazon.
Yeah, see Prime Premiere. So you go here.
Blink twice.
Boom.
Ooh,
Let's
T
go.
Will exclusive.
Oh my shit, boy. Oh my shit.
I'm down. Other than that, is there any other movies that we need to see in the theater? I'm not gonna lie. So we talked on last week's episode about the shows that we needed to watch. I tried to watch Shogun. That show is very intense, and you just have to have patience if you want to try to watch that show. You got to have the energy and the patience and the focus to want to watch that show, Shogun. I'm not gonna lie. I had to switch it to English dub, because they're speaking authentically in Japanese, but it's a lot. It's a heavy show.
Is it good?
So far, it's filmed really good. It is. I'm gonna go back and rewatch the first episode, but yeah, it is good.
We're watching From right now, and then I also started that new the Penguin.
That show's fire.
I did. I'm mad because we watched it and I fell asleep. I gotta run that back.
I would say, if you don't remember it, because after watching it, I had to go back and watch the movie The Batman. Do you remember the movie The Batman?
Yeah. With Robert Pattinson. Was it good?
You didn't like it?
It wasn't bro, nothing tops Christopher Nolan.
I don't think it. That's the thing. The reason why I fuck with it is because it's definitely not at all trying to be. He's like a whole. It's a
different Batman.
Whole different Batman. Not even close to it. The gadgets aren't even there like that. Like, it's just a different Batman. So, but this Penguin character, the show and all that, picks up essentially directly after the Batman movie. So I didn't remember it, so I had to go back and fucking rewatch the movie.
I'll go watch it again.
And but the show, dude, the amount of makeup bro is putting on.
That's Kristen, what I'm saying. The makeup is crazy.
Does that fuck up your face, putting that shit on and taking it off?
I couldn't imagine that. The remover feels good. It's like gum spirits.
But it doesn't do anything to your face like that. Like, it
for me, I would probably break out and dry my skin.
Have you watched the transformation he does?
I've just seen,
the video how Colin Farrell.
Yeah. Because it does not look like Colin Farrell.
Yeah, at all. It's crazy that he does not look like Colin Farrell. But the character, him playing the Penguin, it's legit. Yeah, there's a video of him going through the transformation, and it's pretty intense. I just imagine, does he look like ugly? Does he look ugly as fuck after like a week of shooting?
Do they time lapse it or what?
I mean, he's older, so maybe his skin is not as sensitive.
Well, they do time lapse it.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. Oh, we're not gonna see it.
Oh, I found it on TikTok. There was a time lapse on TikTok.
But a lot of, I mean, any movie makeup where you're doing a heavy thing like that, it takes a long time. Yeah,
because you have to apply the silicone with like a certain type of adhesive, and then the remover of the adhesive is like also what is like scary for your face, I would assume.
He doesn't even look like
him. Yeah, he doesn't.
I don't even look like myself.
Yeah, dude. There's some ugly fat dude out there right now. Like, yo, y'all couldn't give me the role.
Yeah, you could have saved a lot of money.
Yeah, for sure. There's some ugly fat dude out there right now. Like, bro, I couldn't have played him.
No, for sure.
Are you serious? Like,
100%.
You had to hire the pretty.
You had to hire the pretty boy and make him look ugly. I'm ugly already and could act my ass off.
I'm gonna be ugly in my next role.
I know, right? That's exactly. I'm gonna be ugly in my next role. Shout out Colin Farrell and the Penguin.
He's got the suit on though.
Yeah, he does.
Shit, it's hard.
Yes, he does.
I've been watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Is it a reality show?
Yes, and I can get into a reality show, but I don't typically just like watch a show like a Housewives. Like, I'm not really into that. But
Mormon stuff is a little different though.
I did watch it.
How legit do you feel it is? Do you feel like, because I've watched the other one where they used to leave.
It was really stupid. It was really dumb. It was a total waste of time and energy, in my humble opinion. But I was like watching it, and then it put me right to sleep. And I was like, wow, like nothing like yapping white people just put me down, knock me out.
Speaking of yapping white people,
Wait a minute, and
we
then
got the debate coming up. Just wanted to.
and then I realized that was like truly white noise that put me to sleep.
Mormon talking.
It was truly
I'm
white noise.
Sick of you for that. That's crazy.
Mormon's talking.
That's crazy. That
It was.
Oh shit.
Kristen Elizabeth.
There is Kamala, so she accepted the debate.
Well, it's a VP.
Oh, VP debate.
Next Tuesday.
So the VPs are debating.
Yeah, I think Kamala wanted a second debate, but Trump's team is not.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
The VPs debating though, that'll be, I guess, interesting. I feel like no one's gonna watch it though.
I'm gonna watch it.
No, like the same energy is not going to be behind it. That like people will watch it.
I think JD Vance is an idiot.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like people already have their stronger one. Before this election, it seemed like everyone. Look at how they were talking about Kamala. Like VPs are supposed to play the background. Like now all of a sudden y'all are putting so much weight on these VPs because. Y'all want to give them so much energy.
It's just crazy because I feel like Trump and Vance don't even rock with each other.
They don't. They're just working together,
which is interesting.
And on
seems
top
like
of that,
a toxic environment.
And on top of that, Vance probably feels the type of way because he's going against things he believed in prior to fucking with Trump. And now it's making him look even more like a fucking poser.
That's what part of me really thinks that he is actually working for the Democratic side or is working alone and is trying to sabotage the Republican Party.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Being such a dickwad.
That wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
But the gag is it's working on these people.
I wouldn't be. That's the issue is that I think you see that it's blind. Like if there's things right now that I feel like if Kamala came out and did tomorrow or said tomorrow, she would lose instant following.
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Whereas Trump, at this point, I don't think there's anything he could say that would make people stop rocking with him.
No.
Yeah, he's got cult following, legitimately.
I would put it as much as if maybe not if he came out and said it like this, but if there was video leaked of him using the N-word, I don't think people would give a fuck.
No. You know what I just seen?
It's a wild.
Nah, I swear to God, T. If there was proof of him just saying,
hard R?
Not necessarily, not even.
I don't think it would change.
Yeah, I don't think it would matter.
He's not a racist.
I don't think it would matter.
He just was saying.
But let's say let's just give him even just him just saying, oh my nigga, you like the using it in the conversation. So it's like, oh these niggas is crazy. Talking about the bus shit this morning that happened in LA. He's like, what? Oh my God, these niggas is crazy.
Was he black?
No. Oh, the dude? Yeah. Let's just say let's not even bring up the race or anything. Let's just say that was the audio that leaked.
Okay.
I don't think Trump is losing one fucking. If anything, his popularity and people are gonna run with that shit.
Probably make a rap song about it or something.
Bro, I don't think any. At this point, it doesn't seem like there's anything that Trump could do that would lose him following. Whereas Kamala, I think she's still fighting to keep her following and gain more following. So of course she's going to want to do another debate. But Trump, he's got nothing. He's only got shit to lose.
He looks bad on the debate, honestly.
Yeah, he's over. I think he's over the shit. He want to chill on his boat somewhere, be rich,
kick back.
I think he hopes he loses. He don't want to be president.
I wouldn't either at that age.
Yeah, he don't want to be president.
Hang it up.
For the next 4 years? He's like, I gotta do this shit for 4 years? Nah, fuck that. Yeah, Trump is over this shit. I think he's doing this, and when he loses, he's gonna take a year off and then write a book that's gonna sell like crazy.
He already has his own app, bro. He could just stay on there and just...
I think he's gonna sell truth, make a boatload off of truth. Oh man, I think he's doing a lot of this stuff he's doing now is all just money, money.
How much
plays.
are those Trump shoes?
Retail was $400, but resell, you can't even really. They're not even really selling like that. Like no,
I don't even want this in my search engine.
They're not. They're not selling on all the services. So.
Oh, you can't get them resale?
Nah, there's a low top. The low tops look hard.
Shut up.
The low tops.
Oh,
The low tops look fire. Are they in stock? Are they in stock, T? Are they in stock? The low tops in stock?
Bro, you could pre-order.
The low tops look fire. The high tops were a little weak, but the low tops, Kristen, the low tops is fire.
The low-key are kind of hitting.
Kristen, you can't tell me those on fire.
those are disgusting.
Kristen, all right, put a K there. Put a K there.
The T is what's getting me.
Of course.
Narcissism.
Yeah. T. Nah, you need
You know,
those.
when I first met Terrence, when we were at the thrift market, he finds a hat with a T on it, and he goes, I like things that have T on it.
He does. These shoes, nah.
T will exclusive.
Nah, T. Those shoes is kind of hard. The silhouette, Kristen. That silhouette is not bad at all.
I
No.
hate it. It makes me sick.
The laces is what's bothering me though, because is that even a real lace?
What do you mean? Oh no, the laces like that.
shoes.
They're waxed. It's like the wax, like Travis Scott type shit laces. Because I've seen the high tops in person. So
It looks identical to a Yeezy. No, I'm just kidding.
I know for a fact if T had
I
those with
wouldn't.
some baggy
Bro,
denim.
$500 is crazy. And
Hold on, is that how much they're costing?
And I'm also not wearing Trump shoes.
Well, hold on. How much do they cost?
$4.99
They're $4.99.
pre-order. The Never Surrender gold low tops.
Nah, so I seen the high tops. Go to the high tops.
Where?
If you scroll down. Oh damn! They got Tim. They got hold on. Whoa! They got Tims.
Don't just
Not the fight.
They got the Yuttas.
Tim's.
They got the Timbos.
Bro, this is made for black people, and then they're just selling cologne. Oh, $3.99 for the highs.
So these highs, I seen those highs in person, and it says on the highs, it says products from China but assembled in the USA.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
You know what I will say? Also, the
Those shoes are hard.
Kamala merch made in the USA.
All made in USA.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not hard to get stuff. It's too.
Wait, why is there
it's too-
so much Trump shit?
Because motherfuckers want that shit, T.
Bro, he's got Trump slides?
Slides. The slides is fire.
Where's Kamala with this, man?
Because Kamala.
Hey,
Wait,
she did.
The all whites?
The all whites are hard.
$199?
Yeah, hold on. Go to the big photo. Make the photo big on those. Make the photo big on those. See. Oh my God. The all whites.
Kristen Peeve.
Kristen, the all whites with the T on it. T, you need
That's
those.
too patriotic, man.
T, you need those.
It looks like a cartoon shoe.
T, you need those.
That is too
Those
funny.
are clean.
What the fuck do I look like wearing those, though?
An idiot.
Peep the back. 45?
45.
What does a 45 even mean?
He's the 45th president.
Oh.
I think he's the 45th president.
No, I'm not gonna lie. He cooked with this,
He
bro.
did. Those are fire.
Oh,
Oh man, those remind me of like the G Unit S. Carter shoes.
Bro, with the little flag in the back.
Those shits is hard. I need those in my life.
Oh, that's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The
They sold out.
the Trump Tims is wild though. The Trump Tims is wild.
The Tims are crazy.
How much are the white sneakers? Were the white sneakers just as much?
$199.
Oh, see, they're cheaper because they ain't got the gold foil on them.
Can I just cop?
Yeah, let's cop those. Put those in a cart. Let's cop those.
Bro. That's so funny. Throw it in the cart.
Put those in the cart. Let's cop those.
Oh my god.
Imagine seeing someone by the pool and they just got Trump slides on.
Bro. Immediately losing friends, dog. You're losing friends.
Oh, if I pull up to the pool and I got Trump slides on.
Yeah, dog.
Oh, this is a good
That
week.
is funny.
This is a good week. We love you guys.
Thanks
Honestly,
for coming.
just a good time.
This is a good time. Hey. What's that again, Kristen? I don't want to again.
Wait, what does it say? Like a, I know something about. I know how to fall in
that was some
love.
bullshit.
Where is this? Right here.
He's spitting actual bars.
Yeah, I think he's just spitting bars at this point.
Wait, right here. Where
Yo.
did it go?
All right, you guys.
You know what I'm talking
It's
about.
been fun. It's your boy T in the freaking building.
Hey, it's your boy Sin in the flesh.
Wow. And me, Kristen Elizabeth. Don't end the song.
Huh?
She said don't end the song. She must
know
hear the lyrics.
where it is. Fall in love.
She knew the lyrics. She did know the lyrics last time, but I think she just...
Start it over after this is done. I want to know now. I feel stupid.